This is the Hills Footy League. Match of the day.
Yes, hello everyone, Jeff Bastola with you as we are back on deck here at Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne for the second part of an extended edition of the Call of the Wild. And a big well done to our Stats That Matter moguls, Jaden J. Hill and Indy Rogers, for their great work behind the mic and calling this morning's Senior Colts Courier Cup final. And what a great game that was. And going down the line, and a 1 point victory to the Nairne Bremer Rams, the first time they've won the Courier Cup Senior Colts in Division 1. So well done to them. And, we recommence our worldwide stream. We're live here at Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne, and the big round 12 Division 1 Hills A-grade clash coming up between hosting Nairne Bremer Rams and Blackwood. And, of course, coming to you through our great sponsor, Chris Shaw Accounting. And also a big welcome to those listeners on board through Lofty 88.9 FM. Now, of course, Goldie will be here a little bit shortly. Big hello to our good mate Robbie Sherwood, who's still on the sick list. So, boss, we hope you're feeling a bit better. And, of course, Dallas Rogers, our producer cameraman, is here as well. And Jaden and Indy will be doubling up from their good works early in the day throughout the afternoon with the Stats That Matter. But firstly, one of the great things about the pre-match here in the Call of the Wild, you get to have a chat with some of the great characters and some of the great legends of the Hills Football League. And Blackwood on deck here this afternoon, and I would suggest we'll get to it, but a very proud man indeed in a bit of a pre-match situation. But great to have Damien Venning in the Dream Maker here. Diva, welcome.
Thanks, Pistols. Thanks for having me.
No, always a pleasure, mate. As I said, catching up with blokes like yourself. We were going to get Rico, but we got the next best thing on offer. Apparently, his timekeeping duties, a great man, Rico. But
yeah, Rico just dobbed me in, gave me a phone call and said he's spoken enough on this show, so he thought,
I'll tell you what, he'd probably have a digital watch, Rico, wouldn't he? He wouldn't be able to read the clock, would he?
No, I still think he uses the wind-up, to be honest. Yeah.
Out on the sundial. Wouldn't get much action out here today. But, well, it's not too bad. The rain earlier in the day has cleared. It touches a blue sky here at the Qube Logistics Oval. Three-quarter time in the reserves. And, Nairne Bremer got out to a little bit of a lead. And Blackwood have wheeled them back. It's 4-8-32 to the Woods of 3-1-19 as we speak, three-quarter time. The senior side's out on the ground just having a bit of warm-up. So we'll keep you updated with the scores in the reserves and some pretty good games of footy here early in the day. As I said, 1 point decision in the Courier Cup final taken by Nairne. And I believe the Junior Colts was a 1 point margin favour of the Woods. So perhaps set here for another exciting finish. But as we alluded to, Diva, a very, must have been a proud moment for you earlier in the day. Presented your son, Zach, with his jumper for his A-grade debut.
Yeah, it was. The footy club, Scotty and the coaching group invited me to come in, and it was quite a unique experience, really, being a past player as also the father of the player that's about to play.
Yeah.
I spoke a little bit about, gave him a bit of advice and told him what it means to be an A-grade footballer at Blackwood and the enjoyment that I got out of it. And then I just spoke to him a little bit about the expectations, what comes with wearing the jumper. So it was actually got a little bit emotional towards the end. So my mum and mum's up here. My dad passed away, but he was a football director back in 1991, and
was on the Hills League board for a while.
He was, my great uncle was the president of the Nairne Footy Club for 10 years in the 60s and 70s. Mick Murphy, he's got a park named after him.
Yeah, he's got the park.
So he's my grandmother's brother. So
there is a big connection here for you.
So it works pretty well to have young Zach having his first game in the A grade at Nairne. So yeah.
But he did mention off air that he didn't know anything about Nairne, where it was.
He'd never been here before. So I tried to tell him about the tree that overhang at half-back flank, but they've cut that one back, thank God. And I also spoke about the cows that used to come down when I was playing and have a look at you.
Now, if I remember back in the day, the scoreboard actually used to be up here towards the Callington end of the ground, up in the paddock, and you're quite right, the sheep and cows used to be around it.
And when I was sitting at full forward on those cold days, that was quite good viewing to watch the sheep running around, and the cows used to give me a bit of advice too about kicking for goal.
Absolutely. So that must have been a great experience for you, as you said. But did your lad listen to it? Because no doubt, as you suggested, you're probably giving him a lot of advice along the journey. So it's the same old story, but this time was a little bit different.
He come up and thanked me afterwards. I did recollect my first A-grade game where I got knocked out and had one kick against Harndorf at Harndorf in 1987. So I said, if you can get 2 kicks, I told the boys to get around him and congratulate him and say he's upped his dad by 1. So
if I'm right, that would have been the first year of Blackwood and the Hills Club. Late Peter Hargraves would have been in charge.
Yeah, so I played senior Colts against Mount Barker in our first ever game, and then Mick Adderwell, great mate of mine, broke his leg, compound fracture. They had to pull the game off at 3/4 time. So they were looking for a tall, skinny bloke in the A grade. So the next week, as a 16-year-old, actually,
the bill nicely, I'd suggest.
16-year-old come up, and I reckon as I was running onto the ground, one of the Harndorf back pockets might have given me a bit of a bump, and that was it. I didn't even get to my position, and I was on the ground. And then we spoke about this bloke earlier, Steve Christie, Jumbo, come over and remonstrated for me, which was nice, gave me a bit of protection, and went on to have the stats of 1 kick, 1 tackle, 1 free 4, I think. So got a game next week, which was good. So
you must have done enough to impress the coaching staff there. So tell us a little bit about your lad, Zach. Obviously a Blackwood junior, but have been down the ranks at West Adelaide, Dave? Yeah,
so he started under 8s, came all the way through, and then got a game at Westies in the under 16s. Played 1 game in his first season at under 16s. Then he was a Mercedes College student, so he played for school. Got the best and fairest in his Year 12 year, and then last year, the COVID year, he got his first debut for Westies under 18s and ended up playing about 10 games all the way through. Unfortunately, he was in a marking contest in the last game of the year at Glenelg Oval and broke his foot. So he got invited back to league and reserves pre-season after he recovered from that foot, got through the pre-season to get told by Brad Gotch that, there's too many players of his ilk and he's still got to build up a little bit. He's still a little skinny bugger. And then a week before the first game for the Hills, he broke the same foot again, so he was out for another 8 weeks. So the last 3 or 4 weeks he's just come back through the Bs, just trying to get some confidence back in his body, and had a reasonable game last week. And obviously the A-grade boys here are having a few injuries, unfortunately, so he gets his chance today. So as I said to him, once you're in, it's harder to get displaced out once you're in, so have a few kicks and see how you go.
Yeah, fantastic, because good, like a stud farm with the breeding and the football ability in your family, because your daughter Zoe going gangbusters SANFL and also AFL Academy sort of situation. Is that right?
Yeah, no, Zoe played for Westies League this year as a 17-year-old.
Played in the grand final?
Played in the grand final. Unfortunately, they didn't get the chocolates on that day, and she's been invited out to the draft combine, which is on, I think, the 18th of July. So she's madly doing some running, trying to get her 2K times down. She's going really well. She's up here today watching her brother, which is good. So as I said, I think Zach's got grandparents both sides, and mum and baby sister watching. So he's got a lot of support, and a lot of support from the footy club, as you'd imagine. So Zoe's going well.
So what's the age difference there? Who's the oldest?
They're about 20 months, so Zoe's a younger one. So Zach's 19 and a bit.
So they would have had a lot of occasions. They would have been playing kicks-ups in the backyard or whatever. Or when did Zoe get into footy? Yeah,
if I knew Zoe was going to play, I would have spent a bit more time. So she's actually a bit of an in and under, because Zach would never let her get the footy. So she doesn't mind the hard stuff, which is good for her. And then Zach's sort of that outside sort of kicker. So they're both completely different. And Zoe started playing about 5 years ago, and just at Blackwood. At Mitcham, and then we started the female football program at Blackwood, and she's been at Westies for the last 3 years. I think she's played 30-odd games of league footy now. So
well done. You're on the call of the Wild, round 12, coming to you from Qube Logistics Oval here in Nairne. Reserves game at the moment. Close up a bit more, Diva. 4-8 Nairne, leading Blackwood 4-4, and we're about 6 minutes into the final term. And I've been joined pre-match by life member, 200 gamer, all-round good guy. It's good that you bought your own script to give to me. Damien Venning. Now, Blackwood Footy Club, as was a few rumours, I think they've been squashed, that they were going to return to perhaps Metropolitan Regs. Have you seen the journey with Blackwood? As I said, obviously you played juniors for Blackwood before 87. They would have been, Glenelg South?
Yes.
Then they come into the Hills in 87. The fit for Blackwood, when you talk to a lot of Blackwood people like yourself, they say they love the Hills Football League, but obviously there's a few people say, perhaps we should be in Metropolitan, given the fact you've got Mitcham and teams like that just down the road, Unley and...
Yeah, it's, look...
And you've got your C graders back playing in...
Adelaide Footy League. Yeah. For me, it's... My experiences have always been in the Hills, apart from under 14, 15, 16s in the Glenelg South League. I played under 17s in the Hills, played association under 17s with some of the great names back then, Jake Ziller and all the boys, the Clemens and everything else. So, my experiences have been great at the Hills League, and I think talking to Zach and some of the senior footballers, they really enjoy the league. And the problem for us, and it's not a problem, it's a good problem to have, is the numbers of junior footballers and senior footballers that we can get. So we need to provide a footy game for the people that come out to Blackwood. So that's our dilemma, and I think that's what the footy club is working through at the moment, is trying to work out where we can fit and also get our participation rates up as much as possible.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned your daughter, and of course you're heavily involved as Blackwood having a shot on goal here, and he's pulled it just wide, unfortunately, so it's back to 4-5 to 4-8. So another ring-ding-ding here at Qube Logistics Oval in the program between Nairne and Blackwood here today. Some close games. Now, as I said, involved heavily with the women's football program now at Blackwood.
Yeah, so a female football coordinator for 4 years. Zoe, when she decided to play, went to Mitcham and played her first year. And then with Mick Adderwell, I spoke about him earlier, his daughter was there as well. We decided that it was crazy to go down the hill to get a game of girls' footy. So I went out to the Coromandel Valley Primary School and grabbed all the netball girls there and entered them into a Sapsasa knockout comp, which we got knocked out first rounds. And then I said, right, all you girls have to come up to Blackwood to play under 14 girls, and got them up there for the first year and put out a notice. Yeah. And we ended up having about 46 girls rock up.
Wow.
For the first year. So we actually were able to play 14, 16s and 18s in that first year. From there, we've just built it up every year to the point now I think we have maybe 10 or 11 girls' sides, 2 open women's sides. One plays, our B grade plays in the Hills comp on a Sunday.
Yes. Yep.
And this year we've been able to debut 15 new girls to footy in the Hills League. So, and it's, look, as I said before, with the boys' footy and that, it's about giving girls the opportunity to be able to play such a great game. And they love it. Last week they had a big celebration after their game on Saturday night, and they all got back and played a few games in the club rooms, and just reminded me of what I used to do when I was playing. So we're trying to teach them to be players. We don't talk about female football. We talk about football players and teaching them to be players. And it's been a really great journey. I've really enjoyed it.
It's interesting here your side of that, Damien, because I suppose there's a lot of blokes when female football started thinking, it's a bit of a novelty, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you, having been such a good footballer yourself and rep footy and all that sort of stuff, and you can see it, the sort of, there's a lot of people who are keen to sort of just knock it and, this isn't for real, but it's been obviously great for you, besides the fact your daughter being involved, but to actually see the game evolve and how it is. It's no joke. They really love playing the game of footy, don't they?
We've got 6, 7-year-old girls coming through now. So imagine in 5 or 6 years' time when they've been playing
7-year-olds.
Yeah.
So like an Auskick pathway.
Auskick, yeah. We've got almost 20-30% girls in our Auskick program. So imagine them playing for 10 years. It's going to be the growth, and you can see even at league level and AFL level, you see the ability of the girls getting better and better.
Well, I suppose when it first started, you had those girls who might have swapped over or might have had a kick, as I said, in the backyard with older brothers, so the ball drop wasn't the best. But now, as you said, there's a actually regimented pathway for them to come through, so they've got all those skills that boy footballers had that, back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. We've got some tremendous girls that are playing at Sturt at the moment. One of our girls at Sturt played in the grand final last year, Kira Mueller. She's got the best kick. Yep, red hair. I think you called her the Viking.
The Viking, that's... Oh, no, I'm in trouble.
She's she's got
Fantastic.
beautiful left foot. So another girl that's playing tomorrow against Ironbank, Taylor Jane, who's come back from West Adelaide. She's got a lovely kick, as good a kick as anyone you'll see out here today.
Hey, it's interesting, and because the great Coogee Jep, Darren Jep from Ural, his daughter Elisa, she played for Sturt. I think she ended up winning the most possessions in the whole comp, made the team of the year, that sort of stuff. And Taylor, I think it's Taylor Kuiper from Onkers was also picked, playing for Sturt. So they said the hills are full of a lot of... And that's another question I was going to ask. Obviously, when you started playing, as we're just waiting here, is Blackwood going to have another shot on there? They're getting there inch by inch, Steve, and they're 4-6 to 4-8.
This is Ethan Denning, a little Corro Valley primary school kid I coached about 15 years ago.
He's a
left footer. He
just goes towards the Callington end. Now, I tell you what,
he
had a good goal-kicking coach. He's nailed that. So Blackwood have hit the front. I think it's for the first time in the game, David. They move on to 5-6 to 4-8. And 11 minutes gone here. So once again, set for a close finish. Now, as I was saying, when you would have started off at Blackwood, probably would have been in the Sturt zone. And then, of course, you had the change over to West Adelaide. So have you seen that?
Yeah, so...
because Blackwood was always associated with Sturt.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of Sturt players up and everything. When I was a junior, I was down at Sturt as well. So
and you look back at the days of Gussie Hunter and
yes.
the natural link, you know.
Yeah, and the Watchmans back in the day. Yeah, so we've had even Hargraves we spoke about before being a Sturt man. So Frankie
Paul
Spiel,
Flower, those sort of Frankie Spiel.
Paul Hollis played for me and played with us in '91. So we've always had a good relationship with the Sturt Footy Club, and we're back with them. Mainly now they're our SNFL club, but we do have Yep. But we do have obviously good relationships with West Adelaide. I've been coaching at West Adelaide quite a bit, so I've got a good relationship down there as well. So it's great to have two SNFL clubs that we can call on and rely on to help us out and send players down to them.
So if you're a Blackwood junior now, you go through the junior system back at Unley, how it used to be.
If you're a Blackwood junior now, it depends on which side of the main road you live on.
Zone, really?
Yep. So I think
Shepherd's Hill Road.
Yep. So main road, Coromandel Valley. If we spoke about Kira before, she lives about 60 metres from our house. She's a Sturt zone, and Zoe went down to West, and Zach went down to West Adelaide. So it's really that close. And we have a couple of players at South Adelaide as well. Luke Bogle, who's playing league footy today. So. It really is a mixture of a point where three clubs meet.
Like a jigsaw puzzle, Westies, getting carried away. Blackwood have just kicked another goal here, so they've moved to 6-6 to 4-8. So now a 10-point margin in favour of the Woods. And, it's said if they are to win this game, a good fighting comeback here, because as you said, the club at the moment wrought with injuries.
8 changes in the B grade today, so that's half a side. The C grade, there's a Jake Radford's come up for his first ever B grade game. I think he just had his gear in the car, to be honest. So really good result. I've been watching a bit of the Bs with Zach playing, so they've been going really well under Buckets, the coach.
Yeah.
Daniel Lowe's tutelage. So, they've been doing really well the last few weeks.
Now, I suppose the elephant in the room when you come to talk about the Blackwood Footy Club is really, all the time in the Hills League now. And as you talked about the 91, 88 premiership in the second year. You didn't actually play in that one, did you?
I was injured.
Mike Broderick, righto.
Yep.
And then 91, so that's a couple of flags within, 3-4 years. Everyone thought, this is going to be a dynasty. We've got to wait until 2017.
Yes.
The next one to come. So
only just too that time.
Frustrating because we had the great Shane Grimm on our midweek huddle show on Lofty 88.9 talking about that memorable game for old Ben Shaughnessy.
Yes.
But,
But I played on Grimmy in the semi or low for whatever that game was.
It
was wet day, and I was hiding behind him. It was that cold. And I think he kicked 3 goals on me.
3 out of 7.
Yeah. And I said to Spawny, who was our coach, I said, he's too strong. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. And I think that's where the Ben Shaughnessy thing may have come from. And I ended up on Grimmy for about 10 minutes in the last quarter. and he kicked the goal. He was just on that day.
Well, the second half. I think he kicked 6 in the third term, 9 in the second half. But,
and they had a reunion last week, so I had to relive the whole thing again. Randall Pearce likes to remind me every time he can that he played a pretty good game that day on me. So
because we're obviously over there at the Qube Logistics Oval, that game, Harndorf Blackwood. And I tell you what, it was great to see so many red and green wind cheaters out on the decking. So it was obviously great that the two sides could get together 20 years on. But you can't change the bragging rights. But
look, that day, I think the score was 21-8 to 18 goals.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah, so it was a terrific game of footy, apart from the result, of course. But, yeah, the way we used to play back then with no defensive actions, just full-on attack. You had Alfie Stevens, I reckon, he was half-back flank at some points of time, taking bounces down the wing and kicking it to Grimmy. So, yeah, they deserved the win in the end, unfortunately, and the one that possibly may have got away from us that year. And then we lost 2004 to Mount Barker, which was my last game. But again, Mount Barker were the dominant side that year.
2008 against the rampaging Mount Lofty side.
Yes.
Where they did their third in a row.
And then the Uradla game where we lost by a point.
Paris Fowden with the most revered point in Uradla football history. That was. A lot of people don't talk about that,
better.
A lot of people don't talk about that. That must have been just devastating for the whole club, that one. Old Damien Salih,
I've worked with Sleeves in the coaching group for 4 or 5 years, and I'm just so happy that he got that one in 2017 because I think it was haunting him. He will never admit it, but I think he was haunting it a little bit. So. And
the unfortunate thing, Simon McCormick taking that one of the best marks you ever see. You think this is going to be the fairy tale finish. Sort of rushed the kick, missed the goal, which probably would have clinched it. And then another guy that you had playing, was it Miles, running into open goal?
Not Sam Miles, it was Mount Lofty. Yeah, I remember someone
Miles. From Sturdy was. Missed it. And, as you said, just fluctuations. And poor old Blackwood boy down here not looking too good. Could be a bit of a knee.
It was the goal kicker from a minute ago, Ethan Dinning.
Oh, no.
Looks like he's done his left knee. I don't like the way he's holding that at all.
As soon as he went down here, he grabbed the knee, and we hope the boy's all right. Bit of discussion out here with the umpire, but umpire Tanner doing the right thing here, I'd suggest. It's the score actually 4-8 to 6-6, so 17 minutes gone. Actually, the play's continuing up the other end of the ground, but hopefully he's all right. Wow. Just shows you the fortunes of football, as we're talking about with grand final appearances. So, he is getting up, but as you know, with knees, Diva.
No, I don't like the look of that at all. Being a physio on Monday to Friday,
I know it keeps you in business, mate, but you don't like to see that.
No,
sort of
not
thing.
at all.
Hey, just some of the guys you would have played against in your time, like some of the guys you respected as opponents.
I've played against some terrific footballers. We spoke about
It's like the golden era of Hills footy when you think about it.
Yeah, well, obviously one of the best ones, I suppose, was Red. Rob Clovier. I think was he 4 or 5 time male medalist. So,
5, yep.
But when we played against these boys, we'd play against Uradla and then we'd meet them in town that night, catch up with them, go to the races and catch up with them at Oakbank and all those things. It was we played it hard on the field. But we certainly made sure we caught up with them afterwards.
I think it's one of the, as you talk about metro footy compared to Hills football, there is that sort of footy fraternity there where everyone fights cat and dog, obviously, for your rivalry on the field, but everyone seems to get along pretty well. There's that kindred football fraternity.
Yeah, I love the whole social side of things. Some of the other really good footballers, I mentioned Randall Pearce. I never could work him out. He was always beating me every time we played. Julian Snowden from Bridgewater was my nemesis. I think I beat him once in 20 attempts. And some really good footballers that I played footy with. Obviously, Rico and Nick McCarthy, always good mates of mine.
Bit of confusion reigns here as the goal umpire did signal a goal and he's changed his mind but for Blackwood. But I think Blackwood now 6-8 to 4-8, so 2-goal margin here, 19 minutes. So Blackwood will win this reserves game. They'll run out of time then. But and also, as I said, being a ruckman, you got to play against some of the biggest blokes all around the place. But obviously, you had a really good bloke who played alongside you in John O'Brumpton. Big Smiler. Two male medals. You talk about Red. But
so Smiler was just, I think he was my mentor growing up, to be honest. He, something going on out in the field there.
But it's all a little bit of push and shove here. A bit of disappointment, I think, from the Nairne boys having been leading all the game and then pipped in the last quarter here, 4-8 to 6-8. So 2-goal margin, and let's hope sanity prevails here, mate. The game's finished, and yeah, bit of a word's been spoken out there. Don't know if they'll be going for a beer tonight together.
No, possibly. We might keep them at separate ends of the oval.
Yeah.
Smiler was a mentor. He
Yeah.
was just so big.
Yeah.
Just a huge presence on the field. He taught me the impact of playing footy. It mostly hardened me up a little bit, coming from the juniors and working out what you actually have to do. When I'm coaching, I always talk about the price you have to play, price you have to pay.
Gabby Jean style, mate.
And, you really do have to pay a price to play a good game of footy. And Smiler was the person that did that for me. Him and Snowden just had these battles, and they were bleeding from the top of their thigh down to the bottom. It was just unbelievable how much punishment they were able to take.
How much bark they took off each other.
Oh, exactly.
Now, I know you said with other commitments you haven't seen a lot of Blackwood this year, but really the record for the Woods out here hasn't been that good. I know they haven't played out here for a long time, but last time they were here back in 2019, they did lose to Nairne, which was their first season back up. And then in the same year, the the elimination final they lost out here. So whether it's something about the ground, I don't know. Can you recall playing out here?
I do. I think
they said the Gumtree and Grandpa's Park.
I remember having some reasonable games out here. I think we'd come as sort of favourites, and we did quite well on some occasions, kicked some big scores. But I do remember getting beaten by Nairne when we did start favourites. I think the oval's one of those ovals that are real home ground advantage, the way it slopes and tilts and where to attack from and everything else. So I really do think this is one of those ovals where playing at home is a real advantage.
All right, Damien. As I said, always great to catch up with luminaries of the Hills Football League, and obviously you've seen it change a bit, the style of play that you have seen.
We're going
quicker.
We're going towards AFL standards and the way they press up now. It's an 18-man press.
Do you enjoy that and the back passing and stuff that's crept into the game?
I don't think I'd get a kick. It'd be too much running from centre half forward. I just have to run in a line. So it's their skill levels are much better than what ours was, but the physicality, perhaps we had a bit more physicality at that time back in the day.
I think you're right, and the umpires sort of let it flow a bit, but these days, fair enough, you want young kids to play football and young women as well, and you don't want to see injuries occur. So, but anyway. All right, Damien, as I said, a great day for the family to top it off having a win, wouldn't it, for your son to remember that, winning?
I did
maybe
say
gets a goal with his first kick or something?
Well, he's starting down back, but he is prone to go forward, so watch him flash down if he gets his cockiness and confidence up.
Wearing the, I noticed on the back of your duffel coat, you have got the number 82.
That's it, it was heavy to lift. He might be the best 82 we've ever had.
It could well be in the Hills Football League even so. All right, Diva, thanks very much for joining us here on the Call to Wild, and all the best. We've been talking to Damien Venning from the Blackwood Football Club, who've joined us pre-match here, and a special occasion for him as his son makes his A-grade debut for the Blackwood Football Club, who of course are taking on Nairne Bremer here this afternoon. And conditions just a little bit, a little bit overcast, but yeah. So just going through their final preparations here. Sun has come out. The toss has been taken, and the toss Blackwood, Big Jan Warbett, the acting captain here today, because Ryan Dykes been out and Jack Rivington. So without further ado, just for a quick comment before the first bounce, we might go down to Indy Rogers. Indy, welcome to the A-grade game, and well done on a thrilling senior Colts.
Be safe in saying it's absolutely freezing out here. In fact, I'd actually say it's colder now than it was in the morning. The sun is still exposing the ground, so that's the good news for the players. It would have to be certainly a factor that would support them in drying up some of the dewy conditions we got throughout the week. Also, just to keep an eye on today, so I'll be keeping a closer eye on... we've got Waterman and Powell from Nairne Bremer. But we've also got Benson and Hodge from Blackwood. So I'll be keeping a close eye on those players as well as bringing you some of the essential stats as I do week in, week out.
Good on you. Thank you very much. And we'll get down to Jaden J shortly as well. So as we speak, the sun has come out from behind the clouds. So a little bit of sun-bleached action here at Qube Logistics Oval. And must mention the umpires today, Cam Rule and Mark Smith are in charge. I think they actually officiated in the Courier Cup match there earlier, the under-16s, senior Colts, which Nairne Bremer won by a point. So interesting situation coming in here. Nairne Bremer Rams on a bit of a roll with back-to-back wins. Blackwood with back-to-back losses. So the Rams, still eyeing an opportunity to perhaps make the finals. And, Blackwood lost a little bit of a grip on the top 3 spot they had, so they'll be certainly keen to eradicate that situation at the moment. And as we said, the last 2 times they've been out here, they've lost. They lost to Nairne in round 10 in 2019 by 8 points, and then they lost that year's elimination final to Euralia by 5 points out here at Nairne Oval. So that will be interesting. As I said, once again, something else they want to turn around. We'll get down to Jaden and Indy. Jaden in particular, so players just leaving the ground. Interchange boys, looks like Bailey Badco, River Moore, and Hayden Kenny, who's back in the side. First time in 670 days at elimination final in 2019. It was his last A-grade appearance, so he gets a gig here this afternoon. So, in the middle, all ready for the start. Round 12 action on the call to old. Trust you enjoy it. Warbett versus Jamison Kelly starting in ruck for the Rams. Ball in the centre ground. Benson taken away by Rupchik. Elijah bouncing ball up here, trying to grab at his bedding. The big man crashes through. Ball goes out there, taken here and clearing kick away by Baldacira. Up towards the half-forward flank area, bouncing ball. Here's a chance for Lockie Banish, showing a bit of pace. Gets it inside 50, this way, that way. He's collared well by Jack Revington and pushed over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw-in, but the first forward entry here for Blackwood as they kick towards the Callington end of the ground, which is being favoured by a reasonably strong win here this afternoon. So, Academy boy pitches it in. Then the ruck work was Hopton. Ground level, locked up there. Trying to get the ball out is Waterman. Got there to Nick Yanch. Runs into a bit of trouble. Dispossessed. Ball out here to Edward Vandenberg. Toe poked forward there. Loose ball out here. Catch chance for Hodge. Gets it. Been impressed with his debut season for the Woods and Senior Company. Gets it out wide towards the half-forward flank area. Trying to get the ball there, Blackwood. Got to be Matty T in the distance, and the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a boundary contest. Good crowd in the house here. Of course, abiding by the increased COVID restrictions, but at least we can get a game of football this afternoon. So Lockie May in ruck. Ball comes down to Waterman. Toe pokes it out. The first to grab it will be Evan Johnson, the boy from Sale City, back in the side, and ball over the boundary line. And we might go down and welcome for the first time this afternoon, Jaden J. Hill. And Jaden, well done with the senior Colts. Any stats you want to pass on?
Oh, cheers. Thanks, Pistols. So, yeah, it was a great call with Indy. Just a quick start here. So, Darcy Hirrigan has kicked 528 goals in his career. And so he's going to nearly 50 at Nairne. So, there's a stat for you, Pistols.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And the free kick has been drawn here by Blackwood. Looks like it's going to be Matt Tuck. Of course, the reigning male medalist will take the first deliberate shot of the day on goal, just inside the 50-metre arc. As I said, they're heading towards the Callington or Brakunga end of the ground, so I have the wind blowing over his shoulder here. So Tuck sets it up in the air, and it's pushed wide. So first score is a minor one from the match. It's Blackwood, one behind. So you can probably hear the wind in their special effects mic, so pretty strong out there at the moment. So Blackwood kicking with its assistance here in the first quarter. Opening game when they played earlier this year, Blackwood kicked 8 goals in the first quarter to virtually wrap up the result, so Nairne will be pretty keen to make sure that doesn't happen again. So Revington brings the ball out wide, leads out there is Big Betting. So Big Tommy Betting, half-back flank area. Goes further up the line from the coach's box. Darcy Hirrigan gets to the front position. Good contest there, chopped out by Venning at the Sam variety. Ball spilt there. Arnie's in there. Ball comes out here. Toe poked forward by McLeod, but intercepted here for Blackwood. I think it's Hodge. So Oscar Hodge is a representative debut this year for the Hills Football League. Hodge goes in towards the centre target there. Good work by Wimpress, brings the ball ground. Waterman to assist him. Blackwood backing up there, gets the ball out here towards Duck. This way, that way, shows a bit of candy. It's held up though. Ball paid to advantage. Here's a chance for Waterman. Rams inside 50 for the first time. Bouncing ball, Conley lurking. Here's Arnie, grabs the ball, races. Off to the races he goes. And the first score on the board for Nairne Bremer is a goal at the 3.5 minute mark. So good play there, good transition. And Arnie finishing off with a run in goal. Jaden J.
Geez, thanks, Pistols. So, yeah, 7 kicks to 5 in favour of Nairne and 8 tackles to 7 in favour of Nairne. They've actually winning every count at the moment, but 3 handballs each. So, well done to Nairne, and that was a definitely important goal to start off the game. Indy?
Yeah, so that was their first inside 50 for their first goal. And it's actually spent a majority of the time locked in Blackwood's forward half, as we saw through the course of that play. So it'll be interesting to see where the majority of the ball is centred around in this quarter, and therefore this game as well.
So umpire Mark Smith. A little bit of mud patches there in the pitch area in the centre here at Qube Logistics Oval, but Oval pretty good nick considering the weather we've had. So Warbett against Kelly. Kelly the leaper, Warbett stayed ground. Got a tap straight down the throat of Benson. Gets a clearing left foot back inside the forward 50 arc. Good defensive work there, punches the ball forward. Coming to meet it there is Lockie Cross. Applies a tackle down a Blackwood opponent. Goes to ground. And looks like it has been paid. Holding the ball there against Jackson Fairman, the youngster. Wearing 61, he was down for 13, but 61 here this afternoon. So Lockie Cross, free kick, puts it up the line. His target is Conley, got his hands to it. Stolen out the back door. Comes to Hilliard, high kick. Benny Powell can't done it for Nairne. Oh, let it go. Cleverly tapped on by Hopton, follows up, but there's Remington, gets it back here to Willis. Willis sweeps it out wide to a teammate there who nurses up the line and gives it back to Cross, who actually commenced that last passage of play. So Cross short up the line. Finds a teammate there in Duncan Rogers, still eligible for the under-18s. Missed the Courier Cup win, but here he is playing defence for the senior team. Third A-grade appearance. Puts up the line, Big Betting. Back at the bus, but Big Sheet's got his hands to it and takes a good strong mark in front of the Dream Maker here on the outer wing. Puts it up high. Nathan Dunn in the box set. Oh, good body work at the last minute by Hurrigan. Allows him to take the mark. So Darcy Hurrigan got a loose man up here. Nick Yench has run in, so he's taken a mark half-forward flank, just up from the scoreboard, which reads 1 goal to 1 behind. Further afield is Conley, presents himself, and pass presented to him by Yent. So in the, as we like to call it, the Chris Laddams pocket, it'll be Archer Conley having his first shot on goal this afternoon. He's kicked 6 for the afternoon, for the season. So Conley, if he can nail this, it'd be a very good start for the Rams. It's coming back in the breeze. Big Warbett on the line, got his hands to it to put it through for a minor score. So 1-1. Plays 1 behind in favour of the Nairne Rams, and a very good afternoon to Benny Goldfinch.
Pistols, yes, here earlier with the senior Colts, and that was a cracking senior Colts final. Rams getting up by a point, so let's see if Nairne can win 3 A-grade wins in a row. I think they're going for their 3rd A-grade win in a row. Is that right, Pistols? Here's, meantime, they're moving the ball forward nicely early. Got 1 goal, 1 on the board, 1 point. Kick inside, well, it's gone out of bounds. Not the best kick.
Harry Hollow. Hollow result, we could say, Benny.
Good to see good numbers over there in the Sean Tate Pavilion area.
Yeah, as we were saying before, with the COVID restrictions, but a good crowd in the house.
Chris Shaw Accounting, of course. Thanks very much for the support today. Kick out towards the forward pocket area, chopped off. Of course, we're also on Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude. Call of the Wild, round 12 action. So boundary throw in inside 50 here for the Rams. Shout out to Rob Shearwood as well. Inside attacking 50. Warbett won it down. Here's a chance for Tuck. Got the handball away. Patrick Hillard, kick into the middle of the ground. Revington, push out. And that'll go towards the Woods. Opportunity here in the middle of the ground for them. And it'll be Sam switching the ball out towards the wing area. A couple of numbers out here on the wing. Muffled that one a bit. Jacob McCarthy involved. Good work from the Rams. Good pressure. Get out of it, though. Oscar Hodge around the action. Good tackling pressure from the Rams, and they went out there on the interchange wing. Nick Jensch kicks the ball down towards the half-forward line, but that's chopped out there by Zach Venning on debut, Pistols.
Yeah, and we're lucky enough to have his father, a very proud man, presented his Guernsey earlier Friday the game, so proud moment for Diva. So it's the younger Venning, sets the ball high, drop, punt, Pat gathers himself. Well read over the back here.
Good
Streaming
run.
forward.
Beautiful.
Nursing the ball up here, looking at a chance for Lockie Mays. Clean bowl, backing up is Willis. He's pretty happy to guide the ball over the boundary.
That was Evan Johnson there,
Evan
with the
Johnson
heels going nicely.
and the sleeves here this afternoon, like a few players, so you can't blame them. A little bit chilly out there, Benny.
Yes. I'll get the temperature for you very shortly.
Okay, so ball Remington. Bring the ball back in. Of course, the skipper of the Rams favours the interchange side. Betting's the target, works himself to the front. A ball to Sarah, but comes off hands. And the Academy boy says, I will pitch the ball back in. So, 9 minutes gone. Nairne Bremer, a good start here. 1-1 to 2 behinds by Blackwood. As I said, Blackwood kicked 8 goals in the first quarter of their previous meeting earlier in the year, and that virtually sewed up the result. Ball out there trying to get through was McLeod. Spills through to Rubchek. Gets it back there, Waterman, a clearing handball. Puts Jensch under a bit of pressure, taken by Benson on the left. Puts it back inside 50. Remington off hands there. Ball fed out there. Lockie May, the youngster, feds out well. Gives it to another youngster in Rogers. Puts it out. Could have been a bit of holding out there in the wing. Nice at the
Soccer
umpire.
it.
Going
tried
to
to.
ground there is Hollow.
Great
Gets it back to
vision.
Jensch. Jensch tries to get handball. Intercepted here by Venning. Sam Venning. Lifts the eye, spots up an opponent. Oh, no talk there from Blackwood.
Oh, Revington.
Receiving as Revington seizes the moment and off he goes.
Off he goes. 1 bounce, Pistols. 2 bounces. Could have a third kick in half-forward line. Again, Darcy Hurrigan 1-on-1. Good run there by Revington. Got the ball towards the half-forward line. That's where it'll be held up. So, good start from the Rams. 1-1, leading Blackwood 2 points. Last time they met, Blackwood won 14-16 to Nairne 8-7. That was back in round 3, and it was set up, I think, by an 8-goal first quarter from the Woods, if I remember correctly. Meantime, running down the wing, the Woods moved the ball forward. Good work there by May. Defensive spoil. Tapped on here. Inside 50 now for Blackwood. Dangerous position. Mopping up defence is Sredensky. Smothered dangerously. Here's a chance for the Woods on the counter-attack. Matty T, I think it is. Snap round the corner. And it's gone out of bounds. Last touch rule. So the Nairne player there, Benny Powell, will bring it back in.
As we know, they've been hit for a few injuries, Benny, but when you look at the leading goal kicker, Dykesman's out today. Ace with 14's missing, and also Scott is missing this afternoon. So Blackwood down on a bit of manpower as far as kicking goals. It'll be interesting how they get it. Here's young Rogers. Spins out of trouble, gets it towards the teammate. And Arnie, he goes to ground. Pressure applied there by River Moore. So, ball up just inside the forward arc. Warbett flicked over the top. Oh, gathered nicely by Waterman. Sells a bit of candy. Gets a nice handball with Arnie. Pumps the little legs as he gets clear. Mung kick up the wing. Overrunning there was Wimpress, I think it was, in the sleeves. Good tong tackle applied there, though. Fanan. Looks like it might be Jameson Kelly, I think it is. Grabs the ball. So, Jamo Kelly. Improved performance this year, particularly the last couple of weeks when the Rams have tasted success. So ball up the line, too high for Connolly, bouncing ball, Hollow, gives it to the run there. McLeod, I think it was, nurses the ball. Here's a chance, Hilliard will get back for the Woods, gathers the ball, breaks on his left and goes back on the right. Oh, gave teammate a bit of pressure, but Hodge good enough to get out of it. Puts it out, finds Baldacera. He's got support there if he needs it, but decides to go long. Long kick up the wing area, looking for Matty T. Also there with Sredetsky. Oh, well done as he puts the ball back up. 2 on the 1 here. Big ball by Baldacera. Ball comes down. Grab there. And holding the ball decision against the Rams.
Off go the Woods. Kick towards the inside 50. Oh, over the top there. Lovely work. May's involved. Flicks out the back. Here's a chance for Banish. And it's hit the post.
So quick tempo already in these opening minutes. 12, 13 minutes gone. Early stats, Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks, Pistols. So 23 kicks to 22, pretty even in that stat. 11 handballs to 8 in favour of Nairne as well. So pretty even here down here.
So Remington, short pass finds Lockie May. Back pocket area. It's been a few games down in Sturt Juniors. So May high kick, it holds up in the wind. Falls short, but standing in front of the pack. They'll take a good mark. Kurt
I won't play
Waterman.
her on here. No.
So Waterman could see him next week in the State Country Championships. Got it out there to Pegler. Wimpless running on. The former Freeling ball guys inside 50 over Yench's head. Getting back his Hayden
Oh,
Kenny.
again, here we go.
Well done, Nick Yench. Can he
All
control
by
it on
himself.
the left?
Connolly.
Sets it to the top of the square. Conley, will he get there?
So-
Yes,
oh,
Hillard just managed to get
goodness.
his hands to it, taking it through for a minor score. So 1-2 Nairne,
Yep.
leading the Woods 3 behinds. Coming up to 14 minutes gone. First term on the call of the Wild.
Yeah, Woods working with the breeze. Kicked towards past the interchange benches. Oh, good work there by Sheets Betting, just putting up the met. Meantime, the Woods through the middle of the ground. Edward Vandenberg involved. Zevon Boom kicks it towards centre half forward. Here's a chance for Willis. Kicks in the middle of the ground. Waterman. So Waterman, Kurt Waterman, little beautiful little kick over the top. Finds Lockie Cross. So half forward line for the Rams. Kick inside 50. Chopped off there nicely by the Woods. And it's taken by Hayden Kenny in the defensive 50. His first A-grade game since the 2019 elimination final. So Hayden Kenny kicks it out the wing. Benny Powers at the top. Brings it to ground level. That'll be paddled out towards the boundary line. And that's where it's gone with Lockie Cross seeing the ball out of bounds. Any thoughts, Jaden and Indy?
Yeah, I'll just quickly add, so the inside 50 count is 6-9 in Blackwood's favour, but at one point it was actually 3-9 in Blackwood's favour. So even though the ball seems to be spending a lot of time in Blackwood...
Thanks, Indy. So umpires today, Cam Rule, Mark Smith. Boundary umpires Riley Carpenter, Jacob Mattner. Meantime, the Woods go forward. Centre half forward area. Phil Hopton pushed out of it. Umpire didn't see it that way. Rams, meantime, kick into the middle of the ground, and it's taken by Kurt Waterman. Centre half back area. Kurt Waterman, of course, played at Torrens Valley, featured in that grand final appearance against Harndorf back in 2016 at Lobethal, where Torrens Valley actually lit at three-quarter time. Lockie Cross, short pass, up the line. Dylan Wimpress takes the mark. Commentary wing area. Scoreboard 1-2. Rams, 3 points Blackwood. Kick inside 50. Hourigan's the target. Meeting a sandwich. Front and centre. Hourigan goes and gets it himself. Nicely worked by the Centurion spearhead. Kick inside 50. But it'll be marked by Evan Johnson.
So Johnson, the former Gippsland boy, of course played for Sale City. Goes across the ground. Got a lead here from Hodge. Very talented youngster, this man for sure. So Oscar Hodge, back pocket area for Blackwood. Goes long at the wing area. Young Rogers getting over the top of his head. Warburg got his hands to it. Follows up at ground level. Oh, well done by young Duncan Rogers. He's still under 18 eligible. I think it's his third A-grade game, so good work there as he held up the big Blackwood ruckman. So, betting against Zevenborn. Zevenborn got it down. Vandenberg, good work there for the Rams, dispossessed. Illegal disposal there by young Joe Scara. So free kick to Vandenberg, puts it towards forward line, Hopton up high. Oh, I think it came off Rogers' face there. Oh, toe poke forward by Johnson. Revington gets back, mops it up, and happy enough to score a try as he walks it over the line for a minor score. So Blackwood move on to 4 behinds. Nairne Bremer are 1-2. 17 minutes ticked over here in the first term called a while, coming to you through Chris Shaw Accounting.
So the Rams in the defensive 50 will move the ball out towards the wing. Zevon Boom, oh, nice mark there by Tom Sheets Betting. Gets onto that left boot. Darcy Hourigan pushing now down to the full forward area, but that's chopped off by Hayden Kenny.
First game for 607 days, Goldie.
Pretty impressive. Premiership player, I think he was, back in 2017. Benson, meantime, kicks forward. Oh, almost Rogers, a one-hander there. Rogers, meantime, Woods, dangerous position. Willis, handball over the top. Here's Revington. Waterman, these two love combining. Over the top, into some space. Joe Scara, kick forward.
Connolly.
Oh. Lovely work. Now, what's he got upfield? He's got Yench pushing into the pocket. He's got Hourigan on a short lead. Might be chopped off. Cut out there by the Woods. Not the best kick inside 50, and that'll be held up.
got to allow for the fact too. The wind, I suppose,
Yep.
Goldie held it up.
That's
and
true.
Darce just couldn't get the set he wanted. So, still a dangerous position here, right on the edge of the arc as they work towards the town end. Oh, good leap there by Connolly. Got the ball down. Clever handball fed out here for the Woods. They bring it forward the wing area. Target is Phil Hopton. And the big forward takes the mark, wing area right in front of the Dreammaker van. Sets it up. Here's Big Warbett lumbering across. Standing his ground there well was Willis. Warbett followed up. Oh, interesting disposal there. Handball forward. Rogers gives it back to Lockie May. Mungs one forward. Interceptive mark taken there for Blackwood by young Zach Venning on debut. So, gets the ball across here. Finds a teammate here in Kenny, as we said, back in the side this afternoon. He in turn nurses up the line and finds Town, I think it is. So Town further field. Nice possession play there by Blackwood, but except it's out in the full. In fact, that was Town there taking that mark. Sorry, my apologies. So looks like it might be Arnie, I think, in the distance. Oh, sorry, Rupchik.
9 degrees here at Nairne.
Well, he was actually, you couldn't work it out because he was shading his eyes, had his hand across his face. Can you believe that? As you said, 9 degrees, but the sun's out. But, what we say, brisk conditions here. But as Goldie said, a good crowd in the house there on the Sean Tate Bar Terrace. Watching a good game of football at the moment. It's Nairne at 1-2, leading Blackwood at 4 behinds. Pitch in there. Kelly got the ball down, spun out here. Pegler this way, that way, caught in the tackle, and in the end, umpire Cam Rule says holding the ball. So, a resultant free kick will go to the Blackwood Football Club. Might be Banish, I think.
Yep.
In the green
Banish, he'll kick forward. Of course, today's game, Call of the Wild YouTube, Call of the Wild Facebook, and Nairne and Blackwood Facebook pages. And, of course, Lofty, 88.9 radio with altitude. Benson, kick inside 50, bobbling ball. Jan Warbett over the back. What will he do here? Oh, Revington, he's mopped up some good balls early in this match for the Rams, the skipper. What way? Oh, he's been corralled on the boundary line. Goes a short pass. Good composure and finds Liam Swedensky, one of several teenagers in this Rams lineup. Of course, today's game proudly supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. Kick outside of the offensive 50. Connolly coming through was Oscar Hodge. I thought he kept it alive. It's a boundary throw-in. Just outside of the attacking 50 here for the Woods. They trail 4 points to Nairne 1-2. And we've gone 20 minutes in the first term.
So, 20 minutes out. Warbett. Kelly got the ball. Gives it ahead to Waterman. Gets a clearing handball out here to Scara. He's run down before he get his kick. Jens was clean bowled. Taken by Hilliard. Sends it back inside. Ball coming out there. It was Rivermore. Got it quickly to Badco. Spotted up Town. He fumbles his cavalry arriving in the agency of Revington and diffuses another attack. So, been pretty busy in the back half already. The skipper, Jackie Revington, that's for sure.
So inside attacking 50 here for the Woods. 4 points so far in this game for them. Goal kicker for the Rams was Arnie at the 4-minute mark. Woods out towards the boundary line is Tuck, shovelled out of it. Oh, good work there by Matt Tuck. Last year's male medalist has a snap towards goal. Waterman, last line of defence, takes the mark. So Kurt Waterman, of course, played in the Interleague. What's the umpire calling here?
Confusion, right? Umpire Mark Smith involved there. And of course, Kurt Waterman might be representative footy next week in the Country Championships, Goldie, for the Eastern Zone.
Yep, that's it. So we're broadcasting here, Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne, right near the old gum tree, on the beautiful scenic place here at Nairne. So the Rams looking for their 3rd win on the row, their 4th win for the season. Kick outside the defensive 50. Betting went up. Here's a chance for the Rams now. Slipped out the handball. Well, that's gone in the Woods area. Phil Hopton attacking the ball nicely. Gets it out to Matty T. Sweeping handball out to Matt Tuck. One way then the other. Good pressure here from the Rams defence. Tuck kick inside 50 on his left. Dangerous position. Oh, over the top. Almost a spectacular effort there. But the Rams should clear here. Revington finds Swedesky, clears the ball outside of the defensive 50s, coming straight back in through Oscar Hodge. Revington once again is working overtime at the moment and it's gone out of bounds with Waterman last seeing the ball out of bounds. So Woods defence, attack pushing here. Inside 50s, Jaden and Indy. Just get feeling like Woods are getting repeat forward entries.
Yes, certainly. Well, once again, we talked about earlier today in the Senior Colts game the fact that the wind is obviously blowing to the left side of screen, and that's currently benefiting Blackwood because they've got 17 inside 50s compared to Nairne's 8. So they're getting those repeat entries. Mind you, they haven't kicked a goal from any of them just yet.
Boundary throw-in inside 50 here for the Woods. Hopton. Here's a chance for the Rams, and it's gone out of bounds with Baden Willis seeing the ball out of bounds at the 23-minute mark. Nairne 1-2, Blackwood 4 points. Call of the Wild action on YouTube, Facebook, Blackwood's and Nairne's Facebook pages, and of course proudly supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. And it's gone out of bounds on the full, so the Woods had plenty of the ball inside attacking 50 last few minutes, but the Rams defence holding up here. Still haven't conceded a goal. That's not the best kick. There's that breeze going out of bounds on the full. So once again, Blackwood will kick the ball forward here. How are you seeing it, Jaden?
Thanks, Goldie. Yeah, 52 kicks to 44. So Nairne winning in that area, same as the handball, 27-16. So they're winning it around the ball, but like you said, Blackwood have had a repeat inside 50 entries.
So be Banish, Lucky Banish.
Well, might as well back himself in here. He's got the breeze right behind him.
Try a blighty, you're quite right. Breeze right, just get on the Barry to barrel here. So Lockie Banish with the last action of the first term as the siren's already sounded. So kick from about 48 metres.
Let's see what the breeze does here.
Just going to drift away.
Yep, 5 points for the first term for the Woods.
So Nairne, as we said, conceded 8 goals in their previous meeting. They had in pretty, Coach Luckenby be pretty happy with that, considered they were kicking against the breeze. They lead 1-2. And as Goldie said, Blackwood with the 5 behinds. Will that come back to haunt them? Wasteful shooting, but they really didn't have any major set shots. A lot of them were under pressure, so yeah. So and boys, a big cheerio from all the way from Tasmania, one of our regular Call of the Wild viewers. And Big Bluey Simon's having a birthday today. Big Blue informs us it's 8.8 degrees where he is.
Goodness gracious.
But he passes on. Well done to the stats that matter, boys, for a great call of a great game in the Senior Colts Courier Cup Grand Final of course, won by Nairne Bremer by 1 point.
Yeah, Jaden and Indy were calling that game, just in case people have just tuned in. Lads, that was a cracking game with Nairne winning the Senior Colts final there.
Yeah, it was absolutely a cracking game earlier today, particularly considering that, well, when you consider the stakes, what both teams were fighting for ultimately, and I also think it was very impressive to see such a low-scoring arm wrestle when both teams are usually accustomed to the regular high-scoring affair. So it's always nice to see teams having to play in those uncharacteristic structures which force them out the comfort zone, and I felt like that's what that game represented really well. And look, Nairne won, but I had a lot of admiration for Blackwood doing as much as they could to try and get back into the game. Only lost it by 1 point in the end. But, you know, ultimately I can't wait to see those two teams in the Senior Colts again come finals time. I think that'll be a very exciting opportunity for both of them.
Yeah, and it was also the first time that Nairne had beaten Blackwood in the Senior Colts, so that was a good bit of history there today as well. And like you said, it'll be very interesting to see those two sides again in the finals, because it'll definitely be a cracker like it was today. So yeah, well done to Blackwood for coming back, and well done to Nairne on winning that Courier Cup flag as well. So yeah, it was a great game of footy to commentate this morning. I'll just do some stats for the A-grade game at the moment. So 52 kicks to Nairne, 45 to Blackwood, so 7 kick differential there. 27 handballs to Nairne, 16 to Blackwood, and 23 marks to Nairne and 16 marks to Blackwood. So Nairne are winning in every area apart from the tackles. 30 tackles to 29 in favour of Blackwood. So there's some simple stats there for you boys, and just another stat: the average margin between these two sides is 22.5. So hopefully it's a little bit closer than the 4-goal margin there. Indy, your take on this game, mate?
Well, because of how low scoring the opening quarter was, there was only one centre clearance apiece for both the teams in that quarter. 5 hitouts to 8 in favour of Blackwood. They did manage to get the majority of ruck dominance in that quarter, though. And the inside 50 count is 8 to 18 in Blackwood's favour. Now, this is the type of structure and style that we're used to seeing from the Woods. They obviously love to get those repeat inside 50 entries and lock it in the forward half when they can. Unfortunately, a lot of those entries aren't quite as clean as they'd like, and even some of their scoring opportunities in that quarter weren't the most reliable in the world. So I suppose a bit more composure going into the forward 50 would help, but ultimately I think what Blackwood really need is some better structured plays, because Nairne almost made it look like more is worth less, or less is worth more in the stage. So I'm not quite sure what the solution would be, but it certainly wouldn't be to repeat what they're doing, because that'll only get them minus scores.
Hi, it's Chris Gowans here, SANFL Hall of Fame member, and you're listening to the Vibe of the Hills Footy on HFL Media.
Hillsfooty.com, powered by HFL Media and Lofty, radio with altitude.
Hi, this is Daria Gavrilova, and when I'm not on court, I enjoy a surf of community sport here on HFL Media.
And our girl Dasha, I don't know, is she competing in Wimbledon this year? I haven't seen her.
You got me? Bit of success, though, for the Australians so far at Wimbledon.
Absolutely. And Nick Kyrgios playing with Venus in the mixed doubles.
Fantastic.
Now, we'll go around the grounds for Chris Shaw accounting. Quarter time. Country Division, Birdwood 2-2. Lead Gumaraka 1-1. So Birdwood
Goodness
looking
gracious.
to rebound. Macclesfield 2-4. Lead Torrens Valley. The Giant Killers 2-1. And the Courier Cup A-grade final, it's Kangaroo 3-1 leading Kersbrook 3 behinds. And in Division 1, and I suggest it be very boggy at this venue, Raiders 1-4 leading Mount Lofty yet to score. And there must be a wind over at Balhana where we were last week. Lobe 6-1 leading Onkers yet to score. So updates there. We'll bring you some more throughout the afternoon. Meanwhile, back here at the second start of second term, it's Nairne Bremer 1-2. Blackwood 5 behind. Ball comes down. Here's Benson. First kick of the second term. Grubs it forward. Grabbed there by Jackson Fairman, the youngster. Gives it back to another youngster, Hillard. Hillard nurses the kick towards the forward lines, but chipping back as Dylan Wimpress, the former Freeling boy, quickly puts the ram out towards the wing area. Great set of hands, this young Connolly, as he takes another good overhead mark.
Right in front of us here, Pistol, second quarter action from Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne. Rams. Here we go, Harry Hollow. What's he going to do? Well, he could have gone to Das, goes inboard. Arnie could have been held on to. Umpire says no. Oscar Hodge for Blackwood, dangerous kick across goal, but that's a bit of confidence as well. Finds a teammate there in Patrick Hillard, under 18, SANFL Eagles flag player.
He's covering a lot of ground, God. He was just involved up here in the half-forward flag area.
So as we said, score, Blackwood 5 points, Nairne Bremer United 1-2. Nairne's kicking with a, well, what could be a 4-goal breeze in this second term. Here's a chance for Matty T. He's got to run the ball into the breeze here, out towards the boundary line. Swiderski. Oh, there's a player down. We'll keep an eye on him. I think might be Matty T. Slowly getting to his feet. Meantime, here's a chance for the Rams. Kick forward. Das, what's he going to do? Usually well here. Sweeping handball out towards a teammate there in Wimpress. Long, strong goal. Look at the breeze.
Yeah, well thought out there by Nairne, because Das getting the ball and could have done it on his own, but used the brains, got it back, sweeping handball, had Wimpress clear, got him, Wimpress sized up the situation and kicked a lovely goal. Not amongst the lovely major goal kickers this afternoon, but his first of the game. So Nairne stretched it out to 2-2 to 5 behinds. The first score of the second term here in the Quarter Wild. So Nairne making an early challenge here. This is very important. It's going for their third win in a row, Goldie, and likewise Blackwood facing a third consecutive loss as a result of this game. So very important for both sides. So umpire rule with the sun hat. That's amazing in the middle of winter. Kelly, Warbett got it down. Jens lurking. Benson. Good work again at ground level by Wimpress. Coming to assist him is Elijah Rupchik. Of course, the Rupchik boys solo this afternoon. Micah playing in the earlier reserves game. So, once again, Warbett, Kelly, bit of jostling. Big Yarn gets it down. Stolen there by his opposite ruckman and Kelly, who's held up by Benson. So once again, the two big men will do a battle. Umpire rule just checking the football pressure there. So up they go. Grabbed there by Warburton. Gets a wobbly kick forward under as far as Benny Powell. Shrugs off an attempted tackle there by Hopton. So Powell long down there, getting back there. Blackwood defence. Sensing the danger was Venning. He got the ball out to a teammate. But I tell you what, Nairne worked
good.
very well to hold the ball in their forward 50.
As I said, I reckon they're kicking with a 3 to 4 goal breeze in their second term after restricting Blackwood to a goalless first term. Matty Tuck works the ball out of defence. Finds a teammate out here in Lockie Banich. So, what can he do? Half-back flank. He'll kick it up the wing, past us in the broadcasting position, into the breeze. Ball held up. Phil Hopton's front position. Handball's popped out. Under pressure of the Woods. Matty T, good to see him back up. That's Breeze has held that one up high, 15 metres up. Barely went the distance, and it's punched out of bounds. So boundary throwing outer side wing.
Just been quarter time. Birdwood 2-2, Gumaraka 1-1, Mackie 2-4, Torrens Valley 2-1, Kangarilla 3-1, Lennon Kersbrook 3 behinds, and then Div 1, Raiders 1-4, Lofty yet to score, Lobe 6-1, Onkers yet to score.
Rupchik handballs out the back. Kicked down the wing by Willis into the middle of the ground, or should have been taken there by Oscar Hodge. Coming in, Sean Arney, and he's held up in the middle of the ground. Umpire Smith says, I'll have it. Of course, Call of the Wild YouTube, Call of the Wild Facebook, Nairne and Blackwood Facebook pages, and of course Lofty 88.9 radio with altitude. Off goes Matt Tuck.
Yeah, great tap by Warbert. As Goldie said, found Tuck. He lifts the eyes and he centres the ball to the lead there, Zevenboom. Here's a chance here for Blackwood. Desperate grab. Great
Ben
by
Powell.
Benny Powell just wrapped it up.
Gee, that's lucky.
Oh, they're crying for holding the ball, the Nance fans, and fair enough, but umpire rule unremoved. So, yeah, very fortunate here, Blackwood, but...
he'd be one of the top defenders in the comp,
yeah,
Ben Powell.
Waterman. I think Benny Powell may well be playing in next week in the country championships. So hopefully we get some good representation from the Hills Football League. So, ruck duel. Zevenboom went up early, then follows up at ground level. Ball comes out there trying to find his way through there.
Tuck goal, another spear tackle.
Applied there this time, holding the ball, and I tell you what, the Terraces, they're not happy. Bit of push and shove there.
Gee,
Young Rogers getting involved.
That almost a bit slingish in my eyes, but no. Maybe the umpire's just seen it neutrally and will just throw it up.
So he's
because the players, he's been dumped to the ground.
I tell you what, he's just...
Phil Hopton saying that as well.
Working out what he's doing here, umpire rule, but as you said, a bit of feeling out there at the moment. It's the Blackwood boy at ground level, still hasn't got up.
It was, yeah. It was, yeah.
A vigorous tackle.
A vigorous tackle.
Is one way of putting it. So
yeah, not the best.
Come at it, so the Blackwood boy's still down. We'll try and pick it up. Who it is, hopefully he is too bad. He's on the haunches now. So bit of spirit in this game, as we said, and why not? Plenty up for grabs. Nairne chasing a third win. Blackwood staring a third successive loss.
Gee,
so the Woods be
the oval's looking great though, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a few mud patches, but pretty good considering the amount of moisture we've had during the week. Bit of push and shove off the boy, Wimpress and Banish. Want to set up their own little party.
And all going well. I think have we half-time chat with with the great man Nugget Hine?
One of the greats. And looks like that might be is it Tuck? There's Matt Tuck, I think, who was the victim of that heavy tackle. He's up on his feet, which is a good sign, hopefully. So umpire rule, recommence hostilities here. We're only about 25 metres out from the Blackwood goal. Ball comes out here, quick kick away by Willis. Oh, Hillard tried to toe poke it forward. Here's Darcy Hourigan. He's under a bit of pressure there from Dunn. Goes to ground. Great follow up there by the big man in Darce. Holds the ball in right in front of the coaching box where Matt Tuck is heading towards. So umpire rule once again. Kelly, Warbert with strength. Ball comes down here. Here's Jackson Fairman, the youngster, a bit of magic. Gets it back here to Vandenberg. He's dispossessed. Scrambly football at the moment. And held up there right on the 50-metre arc line as Blackwood worked towards the Nairne town end of the ground. So vocal crowd on the terraces, and why not, enjoying the winter sun and a good game of footy at the moment. Ball comes out here, shredding his way out is Benson. Gets on the right, sets it up in the corridor. Getting back, there's Lockie May, name all over it, and the talented youngster takes a relieving mark.
So May kicks it out towards Lockie Cross. Cross kicks it out towards Wimpress, cut off. Dangerous. Here's Venning. Getting involved is Banich. He's got some touches. Kick inside 50 for the Wolf. Look at the wind. Worked for him. Beautiful. Oh, dropped.
Fairman.
Here's a chance for Powell. Yench held up. Should have been a shot at goal there for Blackwood.
Oh, yeah, young Jackson Fairman just coughing that one up. But Nairne lived to fight another day, so umpire rule once again. So it'll be about 45 metres out from goal. Ruck duel. Hopton versus May. May got it down. Benson, I think it is, in typical fashion underneath the bottom of that pack. Sorry, it was actually Bailey Badco on this occasion. So once again, May, Hopton, bit of push and shove. And Hopton has won a free kick out of that. So Phil Hopton, chance here to get Blackwood centre forward, but hasn't troubled to score too much this season so far. Big Phil, 11, third on the list.
Without Joel Aish, he's probably
also
needs to step up a bit.
And also Dykesman missing, so the 29 goals is missing from this combination of moments. So here's Hopton has said 11 on the board so far towards the town end. He'll kick into the breeze.
Right into it. Look at that hold up.
Front of the pack was May, got his hands to it. At the back door was Revington, and for not the first time, he's comfortable to walk it over the line. So a minor score for Blackwood. They move on to 6 behinds
points.
to 2-2.
Revington.
Over the line.
Over the line. It can't be over the line because there's no line. I think it's a bit, yeah.
I think it might have been Town.
Well, that's handy because a second kick here and they'll be inside 50 because of the wind.
Well, absolutely, Jack Revington. So get the ball in the centre. Benson
He'll kick the ball inside 50 with this kick because of the breeze.
Just short of the centre circle.
Oh, no, well, he kicked it out the wing. Arnie, I'm not sure about
the
that.
target.
Oh, Arnie, up he goes.
Well done by young Fairman. Yep.
Oh, Fairman, sorry. Good work. Gets it on the Fairman. Of course, represented Interleague. Got a toe poke away. Out towards Kenny territory. Revington trying to make up for that kick. Held up. Ooh. Oh, that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just rolled him a bit there. Didn't sling him. No dramas there.
It's Svedetsky. Kenny not lying it. Johnson. So that's a bit of feeling in the game. Why not? Plenty at stake. So umpire Mark Smith, one of the veterans, gets the ball up. Taken by Betting. Gets the ball forward.
Hodge.
Coming to meet is Hodge. Impressed by him every time we see him. Nick Yedge comes in, takes him to ground. Could have been too high, but blindside was the umpire. So a little bit of push and shove here.
Oh, hello. Hello. And I understand today why the umpire's wearing the hat, Pistols. Bit of sun. Last week was a bit of hail and rain and sun.
Here's Benson close to the line. He's collared nicely there by Scarter.
The academy boy will bring
Joe.
it in here.
Yep.
Got a bit of a mullet.
Nice, yeah, the orange ginger mullet. So good work there by the academy boy. Pitches it in. Warbett. Benson.
Oh, that's high. That's high
there on young Venning, the debutant.
That's 50.
So young Zach Venning.
Okay. Out towards Hodge. He was off.
Ooh,
Okay. And I just wanted to push his weight there against Lockie Cross. So still yet and get a goal yet, Blackwood. 11 minutes gone, 6 points. Nairne Bremer United 2-2. Inside 50, Powell floating across the pack. Defensive spoil now outside of the attacking 50 area for the Woods. Rams defence holding up nicely as they have over the last few weeks, which has resulted in 2 wins in a row for the Rams. Looking for their 3rd win in a row for the season. Looking for their 4th win and get their chances of finals going. And that's a beautiful tackle. Good intensity.
I tell you what, Benny, we've given a few quarter-time scores for the Div 1 games. There must be a bit of a breeze at some of the venues because Harndorf 5-10, Mount Barker 1 behind.
Yep, we're in their Indigenous Guernsey Harndorf.
So in 3 of those games we've given, Mount Barker's 1 point is the highest score by the other side. Of course, Lofty and Onka's yet to score in their opening term. So
0-0. Well, here it's 6 points to 2-2.
Yep, low-scoring day, that's for sure.
Little toe poke, just done.
I think it is. He took the sleeves off after the first term. So Nathan Dunn enjoying a bit of a winter sun on the arms.
Coach Lackenby upstairs, shielding his eyes, I think. Meantime, kick. Look at that. Breeze held up nicely.
Oh,
Ben Powell,
yeah.
front position. Got to run and carry it into this breeze. Ben Powell will kick it into the middle of the ground for the Rams. A player all by himself out here is Harry Hollow. He takes the mark, keen to move it on quickly. Gets it to Big Sheets Betting. Kick inside 50, low, strong. Dust over the back. He'll run in and let it go through for a goal. Look at the breeze.
Breeze and Pounce and big Tommy Betting. Well, that's his 10th for the season. I tell you, he won't kick more remarkable goals than that. So Tommy Betting, and as Goldie said, very important at the 12.5-minute mark. He's got the second goal of the term for Nairne, and in a low-scoring game, they've pushed out. They're now 3-2 to 6 straight. So Blackwood, sense of urgency here, as you can see a couple of the boys in the centre square just discussing tactics there. They need a clearance, that's for sure. So 2 goals in this term with the win, where in the opening term Blackwood did not kick a major, so Nairne certainly with a psychological boost here. So back in the centre, it's Betting. He's everywhere. He's doing the ruck. One down by War, but first to get to be Willis. He's got support out there.
They got the
from
momentum
Pegler.
going.
So Pegler, high ball. Wimpress out of position. Ball comes to ground there. Follows up with a good tackle, and Nairne certainly competing pretty well. I tell you what, a couple of wins under the belt.
They're looking very confident. I saw them earlier in the year, and just now they have clicked over the last couple of weeks.
We actually spoke about they got in the situation, just didn't know how to win, but it's certainly making good push here.
Sheets kick inside 50. Jamison Kelly.
He's got
taking the mark here in the pocket. He's quite confident. He'll have the assistance of that breeze, because he might just need to wait it out a bit and let it come back, I reckon.
Does he run round?
Might just go with a normal drop. Just go with a normal droppy and let it come back. Oh, he's gone to checky here, Pistols.
Checky.
He's gone to attempt to
Good
checky.
pass to Das.
Das! Oh, gee whiz. Oscar Hodge, that's gone! Look at the forward line pressure there from Archer Connolly. Good stuff. He'll have a snap here for the Rams. They've got this tail up. Inside 50s, Jaden and Indy. Anything else you'd like to say before this shot?
Yeah, just quickly. So up to the game right now from the beginning, of course. 13 inside 50s to 25 for the game so far in favour of Blackwood. But Nairne have been kicking all the goals, and they've been making less into more. Now, they didn't kick it on that occasion, as you just saw, but I still feel like using less inside 50s, they've been able to get cleaner transition, where Blackwood, they just haven't been peeling the eyes. They've been getting a lot of leads, but they've been hanging the ball in the air just too long.
So 14.5 minutes gone. Kick out from Hodge. Finds Venning. Plenty of experience there. So Sammy Venning toe-pokes up to Evan Johnson, the former Gippsland boy. Half-back flank area out here. Puts out the ball to Sarah. Wing area in front of the Dreammaker. Arches the back, then puts it inside 50.
Breeze holding up.
Ball comes to ground. Rivermore was a target. Warbeck to Sissa. Here's Tuck. No one knows.
That's a kick. That's a kick.
Laces out.
Oh,
great
Benny
work
Powell.
there by Benny Powell. Cut the ball off. Then the intended target comes out here to young Jackson Fairman.
Oh, he slipped away.
There
we go.
And there it is. The youngster struggling clear of the tackle. And then finally, 15.5 minutes gone in the second term. Blackwood have their first goal on the board through the agency of young Jackson Fairman.
Oh, that's how to do it, Pistols. Rather than the long kick inside 50, just running it up. Low kick inside 50, and nice work there by Fairman, who played interleague. Jaden Indy.
Cheers, thanks, Goldie. So that transition has seen Blackwood go ahead in the kicking count. So 22 to 21 in favour of Blackwood, and 12 to 10 in the handballs as well in favour of the Woods. 7 marks to 6 in favour of Nairne, and the tackles 32 to 18 in favour of Nairne. Nairne have had good pressure, but all done by Blackwood to get the first goal of the day for them.
One of the most exciting players in the comp, I reckon, Fairman.
So it just shows you 2 shots down the other end from Kelly and Connolly, and the Woods take it straight up the other end and get a goal. So back in the centre, Warbett, Betting. Betting's a leaper. Warbett started ground. They've got the tack. There's Vandenberg, tries to crash his way through and wins a high tackle against Rupchik. So right in the centre circle will be Edward Vandenberg, of course, a recent interleague rep as well.
Coming up at half-time, we're going to chat to Neil Nugget Hine. Don't go anywhere. Meantime, ball on the wing area, done. Kick towards the half-forward line. Phil Hopton coming through there with Lockie May. He wanted it more, came through. Off he goes. Kicks along the wing. See what the breeze does here nicely. The Archer Connolly holds his ground. He's got good hands.
Fantastic
Off
hands.
he goes, Pistols.
Under the left foot. In the end, his kick was nullified. Bouncing ball. Johnson's lurking. Coming through also as Kenny. He goes to ground. Good pressure applied there by Scarter. Holds the ball in there. So you can just sense the approach of Nairne. They're really here to win. Those couple of wins have really given them great confidence. So Ruckjewel, Warbett got it down. Treading his way through his tuck. He's picking up a lot of kicks. Gets it out wide here. Benny Powell with assist. Brilliant. Good body work by May. Protected him. So out wide here from Powell.
That's confidence.
Big Betting.
Look at that.
He's got Waterman support. Big
Sheets.
Puts it inside 50 and picks out the lead there of Scarter, I think it is. Sorry, Lockie Cross gone forward.
I think it was a slips catch, but he's paid it.
Yeah, so Lockie Cross will kick from about 48, 45 metres. A similar angle towards the Brakunga-Callington end of the ground with the breeze blowing across. So it'll be interesting how he sights.
I reckon he made his debut a couple of years ago, I think, in one of our Call of the Wild matches. Or recent years anyway. And
so 4 goals for the season. Lockie Cross.
Look at the breeze here. Oh, no. Just hanging there.
Back enough through for a minor score. But the good thing is Nairne Bremer holding that ball in their forward line. Although from the last behind they scored the transition, saw Fairman kick the first goal for Blackwood. So this will be interesting to see what happens this time as the kick out comes out.
Oh, Das!
For Das. That's a present. Here's a chance for Cross.
Oh, gee whiz.
Gets it.
Whoa, look at the bounce!
Bouncing ball.
Oh.
Another. I tell you what, that was Craig Barm and Rick Davies' situation just then. The kick out went straight to Das. He couldn't take full use of it. So ball comes out from Hodge, puts out towards half-back flank. Powell's there, but good mark taken by Phil Hopton for the Blackwood Football Club.
Of course, Joel Aish going down earlier in the season. Big loss for them after winning the leading goal kicker award last year.
Zach Venning with the footy.
Zach Venning on debut.
He's got more kicks than his old man did in his debut game.
So Venning. Oh, hello.
Oh, no, he might like that one.
It's held inside the Rams forward line. Flipped out. Who we got here? Scara. Half forward line. Oh, nice work, Yench. Oh, he tried to get the handball away and was thinking too quickly for his hands. Meantime, Venning over the top. Out towards the boundary line. Rivermore involved. Worked it out nicely here. Here's a chance for Tuck. Good to see him back on the ground. He's caught one in the lower region there. Gee, that's going to hurt. Kick inside 50. Connolly. And he's been in the wars this quarter, hasn't he, Matt Tuck?
Absolutely.
He's been dumped to the ground and now he's caught one. Well, that's not good.
They stopped him from running, that's for sure. So
unless that...
It's going to be Yench with the free kick. Anyway,
that
Nick
might
Yench.
be more than just the...
I tell you what, Nick Yench here with this wind behind him on the left foot, Goldie, you could just about think, well, there's a big chance here. But
he is walking wounded.
He is. So, Nick Yench, because late start to the season with that shoulder injury, has kicked 4 for the season so far. So I tell you what, he could go close here. The big Yang.
He'll go close. He'll kick a goal.
It's more than close. He says, I like that very much. I'm the mayor of Salem.
Jeez, they're up and about the Rams. 4-5, 29.
Jaden and Indy.
The current inside 50 count for the game is 27 to 17. But here's an interesting note. So in the first quarter, it was 8 inside 50s to 18 in Blackwood's favour. It's now 9 apiece in this quarter. So I feel like without the wind advantage, Blackwood are struggling even more than they were before, and they weren't getting enough out of those entries to begin with. So their scoring inefficiency is starting to cost them at the moment. What about you, Jaden?
So the kicking count is 30 to 29 in favour of the Rams, and the handball count is 15 to 11 in favour of Blackwood. So pretty even in those stats, boys.
I just got a couple of listeners here, or watchers, Pistols, of course, Luke Murphy, one of the Rams greats, Sarah Murphy, and Alice and Heinrich, and maybe Kim as well. They're all tuned in watching. So, yeah.
Good on you, boys. No doubt having
and girls.
Having a couple of coldies as Banich puts it forward. Lockie May at the top. But here's Captain Courageous and Revington, the reliable one, puts it up. Here's Big Betting. It's covering more grounds than the early settlers, the big man.
Sheets.
So Sheets betting. The Cleve boy nurses up the wing. Target was Jamison Kelly.
Oh, look at Yench.
Great pick up there by
who we
McLeod it was.
Yeah, Grant McLeod.
The nil boy.
Looked a bit Yenchish.
Did indeed. So the free kick to be taken here for Blackwood. I think it might be done. Goes backwards, go forward, finds the debutant in Zach Venning. Puts it out here towards another youngster in Hillard. Past under 18 Woodford West Torrens Premiership player. Oh, a bit of a mung kick. Oh, trapped by Big Das. Gets on the left and goes bang inside 50.
He's got a player
It's a target here was Kelly. He goes to ground. Game of Skittles.
No.
Desperate there, Venning. Gets on the Hodge once again, mops up and finds Hayden Kenny. Half-back flank area for the Woods.
Under the pump. 17 points the margin. The Rams lead. Looking good. 4-5 to 1-2. 22-minute mark. Kick towards the wing. Up. Pack forms. Oh, Phil, good mark. Just took a normal chest mark there.
Yeah, good pressure. Held his body and took it in front of Lockie May and the rest of the pack. Interesting hairstyle with Lockie May there. Got a bit of the dusty going. Of course, got a new tattoo too. The eye of the tiger. Lockie, so he's got everything going for him. Here's Hodge. Gets it out wide to Baldacera. He's got a bit of space. This is up the line, but he's picked straight out Kurt Waterman. Training drill, and he's put it straight down the throat of the opposition.
9 scoring shots to 7. 4 goals, 5 to 1-6. Rams up and about. Last week, of course, they won by 20 points and Blackwood lost by 18 points. And then in 10th, 3 wins, 8 losses. Blackwood 4th, 6 wins and 5. Plenty at stake today.
And as we said during half time, which can't be too long away, 23 minutes gone. Of course, we've got one of the great characters.
It's our yearly catch up with Nugget, and good stories. And don't go anywhere. Loves talking about his days playing for the Brisbane Bears.
By betting, puts it back inside 50. Here's Das lumbering out. Gates Dunn. Dunn gets a fist of ball. Das follows up nicely. This way, is that too high?
Yes, it is. No,
it's
not.
Ooh, it was the boundary umpire's whistle. I thought it was umpire Mark Smith. So a throw-in will occur in the forward pocket area. Nairne dangerously lurking here. Blackwood just wouldn't want to leak another one before half-time. Connolly doing the knock work. Badco got to the run of Vandenberg. High kick. It's going to hold it in the breeze. Pack flies off hands there. Fed out here towards Banish. Vandenberg's followed up well.
Hopton
got it to a teammate there. High kick away. Getting back there is Baden Willis. Takes a relieving
Probably
mark.
want another one, I reckon. Pistols with this breeze, the Rams. And they've got a chance here through Kurt Waterman.
If he loads it up...
Here we go. Here's a chance to Yench. Could kick a goal from here. Outside 60. Uses the breeze to Das. Drop the chest, mate. Oh, and mopped up beautifully there by... Oh, hang on. Oscar Hodge.
Gone. It's
Whistle's gone.
Free kick, I think, to Kenny.
Das pointing instructions.
Sorry, it is Dunn. Nathan Dunn.
That's
Just that situation there. It's Das 1 on 3. It would have been good to have a couple of other outriders for the Rams to get there and support him when the ball hit the deck. But Das remonstrated umpire Smith. And I'll tell you what, Darcy's not going to change his decision, so it's a free kick to Nathan Dunn.
And off he goes, Pistols. Kicks the ball outside a defensive 50. Phil Hopton pushed out of it. Lockie May took the mark. Umpire says that's all right. Kick inside 50. Who we got? Oh!
Hey man,
2 Rams players are looking at each other, and Harry Hollow said, I'll have it. And he's taking the mark. Or is it Grant McLeod? Similar sort of look.
Hollow with the sleeves.
Yep.
So I think it's
Harry Hollow, of course, under 18 premiership player at Radler. He's come on board for the Rams.
Of course, kicked 4 goals at Heathfield Oval.
Yes,
him and on fire.
Him and Das lit it up that day.
So Harry Hollow, just kicked 9 for the season. Benny, drop punt. Oh, big leap there. Off hands. First to get there be Hodge. Once again repelling. Picks it up the line. Here's a chance for Fairman, and Jackson Fairman takes diving mark.
Yep. What do we got? 26-minute mark. 4-5 to 1-6. Head towards half-time here from Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne. Of course, today's game is supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. Oh, goodness gracious. Smothered. Here's McLeod. And that's out towards the fence area.
Gee, the Woods perhaps having a bit of trouble with the conditions out there, like getting too close to man the mark, the ball being smothered. So last touch, and it'll be McLeod, as I said, the boy from the Wimmera.
I reckon they just need another one here, and they've got the breeze right behind them. Low driving kick.
Oh, chopped up there by Hodge. Comes to Darcy.
Look at the strength.
Out to Yedge. This will be a magnificent goal. Well done, Darcy Hurrigan.
How's about the strength?
Just the strength there, Goldie. You're quite right. Shrugged off the tackle, got the ball out to Yedge. And Nick Yedge, well, if he's not the mayor of Salem, that's his 2nd goal. Back-to-back goals for the Rams through the agency of Nicholas Yedge.
Well, that was important. I just had a feeling like they needed another one to really take advantage of the breeze.
So I said Blackwood failing to kick a goal at that end in the first term with the breeze, and now Nairne. Could it be a match-winning 4 goals they've kicked in the second term here, Benny? They lead 5-5 to 1-6. So 23-point margin. Pretty handy as half-time lurks here. 27 minutes gone in the second term.
Of course, Call of the Wild Facebook, Call of the Wild YouTube, Nairne and Blackwood Facebook pages, and also Lofty 88.9 Radio with Altitude. Indy and Jaden. Indy, you looking to the heavens before? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it's cold.
Oh.
Yeah, no need to state the obvious. But of course, inside 50s at the moment for this quarter are 17-10 in Nairne's favour. So keep in mind they were neck and neck at 8-8 earlier this term. So that means Nairne have been able to get, well, by the looks of things, 8 of the last 10 inside 50s.
Beautiful. Thank you. Jaden?
Cheers, thanks, Goldie. So 46 kicks to 42 in favour of the Woods, and Mark's 20 to 17 in favour of Nairne. So they're dominating in that area, to be honest.
Got a bit of a rainbow action here. We've had 2 rainbows today at Nairne. That's a very distinct one. Look at that beautiful rainbow. Pistols.
I'll tell you what, Blackwood trying to find a pot of gold at the end of it, taken by River Moore.
Incredible looking rainbow.
In the agency of a goal. Toe poke forward by Badco. Big pack spoil there. First they get to be Willis, and that's all she cries for the first half here. And an impressive second quarter by the Nairne Bremer United Football Club has seen them, take a handy lead into the half-time break. In windy conditions here, but as I said, the opening term when Blackwood had the use of the breeze, they could only raise the five behinds. Nairne Bremer in that quarter kicked 4-3, and so subsequently lead 5-5 to 1-6. So, as we said about the poor kicking, perhaps Blackwood, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them where it hurts. So both teams are enjoying the opportunity to refresh themselves. As we go to the boys, have done pretty good. They'll sleep well tonight, having called that Colts game. And here they are, half-time stats. Jaden and Indy.
Yeah, just as a tiny bit of rain is actually starting to creep in here in spite of the bright sun, is still on the ground as it has been most of the day. But as you can see, half-time stats read 9 hit-outs to 22 for the game in favour of Blackwood. So Blackwood have actually had a really handy advantage at the stoppages to get first hit-outs and first ball users, but they've been butchering the ball going forward almost every time, as evidenced by 24 inside 50s to 27. Now that is in favour of Blackwood, but don't let that fool you, because in the second quarter it was 16 inside 50s to 10 in favour of Nairne. So the momentum has certainly shifted in their favour, and they're just making more out of less most of the time. Nairne, they have plenty of confidence transferring the ball from the back half, but more importantly, they're just extremely clean with their ball use. Blackwood haven't been peeling their eyes, and they've been hanging the ball in the air too long, giving time for the Nairne defenders to get back. And they've had a lot of forward leads, is probably the most misfortunate, but centre clearances read 3-5 in favour of Blackwood. But once again, the first ball use hasn't been clean, and that's what's been costing Blackwood in this game so far. Jaden, what did you read from that first half?
Cheers, thanks, Indy. So, as Pistols mentioned before, Blackwood had a lot of kicks that got smothered, and they had 49 kicks, and I reckon about 10 of them were smothered. So, 49 kicks to 43 in favour of Blackwood, 22 handballs to 14 in favour of Blackwood, but the marks, though, 20 to 19 in favour of Nairne, and 43 tackles to 24 in favour of Nairne as well. So that Nairne's pressure was really, really good. That was one of the reasons why they hit the scoreboard pretty fluently. So well done to the Rams. So the totals, 95 kicks to 82 in favour of the Rams, handballs 41 to 38 in favour of the Rams, marks 43 to 35 in favour of the Rams, and tackles 72 to 54 in favour of the Rams. So well done to the Rams. See if they can keep up that good work in the second half, Pistols.
Good on you. Thanks to Jaden and Indy for half-time stats that matter. And just quickly around the grounds for Chris Shaw Accounting Country Division, half-time scores Macclesfield at 5-7, Torrens Valley 4-2. So the Lions showing some really good second half form. Gumaraka 6-4 lead Burwood 3-4. Kangaroola 4-7 lead Kersbrook 2-4. Because the A-grade Courier Cup final there. And in Division 1, Raiders 4-5, Mount Lofty 3-2. And, gee, there must be a breeze out there, or, well, I don't know what's going on here. Loberthal, 13 goals, 1, leading Onkers 3 behind. So the Doggies finding it hard to post goals this afternoon. Now, one of the great things we like about coming to Nairne Oval, catch all the characters. We had, Damien Venning on from the Blackwood Football Club. And, the Mayor of Callington, it's always great to have him on because we love the stories, so we have to pick up from where we were last time. The great man, former Red Leg Premiership footballer, iconic Brisbane Bear, Ruckman, Nairne, Ramblers, had football trouble. Neil Nugget High, good to see you, Nugget. Thank you.
Good to see you, Pistols. How are you going?
Always lovely to see you, as you know, mate. So. Now, where can we pick up? Because it's never too long, never long enough to hear the stories of you. Hey, look, just quickly, Nord Footy Club. We really didn't get a chance to talk about it last time.
Yep.
How you got down there?
Well, look, I started. It's an interesting story because I started playing originally. My first ever game of serious football was for Bremer Callington when they were still around the place, and my brother went into Ramblers, so I followed him in there, and I don't know, I played a bit of junior footy there in the under 15s, and then played a year in the under 17s, and Norwood came out and saw me and said, look, we'd like you to come down to play at Nord, and at the same time, Bowden Sabolka was the coach of Ramblers.
Yeah, what a great football league.
Yeah, 7 male medals in the River Murray League.
Just a couple more than you.
Yeah, just a couple, yeah. And he came to me and said, look, we'd like you to play come out to senior training. And back in those days, it was a pretty big thing as a 16-year-old to go and play A-grade footy in the country.
Absolutely.
Right? So I was running, going out there and seeing some pretty outstanding footballers that played for Ramblers in the River Murray. And so I knocked Norwood back that year, and I said, no, I'm going to have a go at playing senior footy. So I played most of the year in 1980 in the A grade for Ramblers as a 16-year-old. And it was probably an interesting story because I played the majority of the year in the A grade for Ramblers, but I got dropped for the A grade grand final.
Yeah.
And probably I was a bit disappointed, and probably when Norwood come back the next year, they said to me, oh, you want to come down again? I thought, well, maybe I'll go and give it a go. And, so I went down there and played a few games in the under-19s, and I think how it all happened was I played a game after about 6 or 7 games in the under-19s. There was back in those days, they had the Teal Cup side.
Yes, yeah.
And I got selected in the sort of state under-19s. To play the Teal Cup side. I played reasonably well, and all of a sudden I found myself playing in the seniors for Norwood. So Barmy rang me during the week and said, Neil, we've been watching, do you want to come out and train with the senior side? So as a sort of a 17-year-old that 6 or 7 months down the track, or probably 8 or 9 months down the track from when I'd played in a B-grade premiership for Ramblers in the River Murray, I found myself in the league side for Norwood.
Now, would I be right in saying, I think it was John White, so you and John White would be the two Bremer Callington footballers who played league football for Norwood?
Well, that could be right, yeah.
Unless there's any others?
Yeah, that could be right. I actually don't know, but that might be right.
That might be a good trivia question in the Callington Hotel, wouldn't it, Rio?
That's right. Spent a bit of time in there.
Now, Neil Baum, tell us, we all know what a ferocious competitor he was for Richmond as a player, and of course when he made a few appearances for Norwood, it was don't argue.
Yeah, that's right.
Long sleeve Guernsey, I remember seeing a photo and there's about 4 blokes hanging off him because he's given the don't argue. As a coach, how was he? Was he that way as a coach?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because he was a guy that, I remember rolling up to senior training, and as I said, as a 17-year-old, I walked out to training and I thought, there's Neil Baum. I mean, I'd seen a few videos of Neil Baum.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he assaulted quite a few people, Neil Baum, on the football field, and had a little bit of white line fever. So, I certainly had a lot of respect for him when I first rolled up, and but he wasn't like that at all. He was a complete opposite.
Yeah.
If Neil Baum walked in here now and he sat down and talked to you, you'd say he's the nicest bloke you've ever met.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you now, though, when Neil Baum said do something, you tended to
have that respect,
tended to do it. Yeah.
Hey, as a tactician, Nugget, he must have been pretty good because obviously playing under Tommy Hafey in Europe, so he would have had the footy smarts.
He did. He was a very, very smart coach. He was a very controlled. He wanted his players to be controlled, which is probably a little bit unusual saying he was a fairly uncontrolled player. But at the end of the day, he just seemed to have a way of getting the best out of the players. And if you look at him now, I mean, everywhere Barmy's gone, whether it be Geelong, Richmond, Collingwood, wherever he's gone,
they've had success. Yeah.
Success has followed him. So he's obviously doing something right, and he did a lot right at Nord.
Now, that 84 grand final, that must have been fantastic. The history makers as well.
Yes, that's right.
And to beat the old foe in Port, who were probably odds on to win the flag.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, look, it was one of those things. I remember, you talk about Neil Barn probably not getting too upset, but I remember that during '84 he went out to Centrals. We got belted by about 90 points. And Barmy was probably the most serious that he'd ever got. He really, really stuck it into us. And that would have been about mid to late year. And then we won about sort of 6 or 7 games in a row to get into the finals.
Yeah.
And I suppose in footy, sometimes you get a bit of belief and you believe in your systems and the way you're playing. We just seemed to roll into that final series with a bit of belief. And I think we just kept playing. Every game we played in that final series, we possibly could have lost the game. But we believed what we were doing, and we just kept playing. Eventually, we ended up playing Port Adelaide, and to beat Port Adelaide in the grand final was, you'd have to say that's a reasonable highlight.
Now, quickly, as I said, there's never enough time when we come. That's the umpires are coming back on. Hey, we have to get you on the huddle. We've got an hour to it. Hey, Bearsville.
Yep.
Lasting memory of the Bears. Pixie Skase coming in to see you in the rooms.
Christopher Skase, and going into his boardroom, and he's got the 18-foot marble table there, but there wasn't much behind it, was there, really, in the end?
No.
But I think he may have paid me too much. I think I might have sent him to Mexico, to be honest with you. Every time I saw him in that ventilator, I thought, this bloke's paid me too much.
Hey, let's talk about now the hubs and everything, the fly in and fly out. Well,
yep.
It must be an interesting experience for you guys because you're a new club, new frontiers, like flying in every other week, so you had to get used to a routine, etc.
Yeah, that's right.
So what was it when you played in Melbourne, and like if you had to win like that first game at the MCG? When did you have to be back in Brisbane, by Tuesday for training? Or
well, times have changed, haven't they, in AFL footy, because we won that first game, the first ever game Brisbane played. We beat North Melbourne at the MCG.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think I might have went to every nightclub that, in Melbourne, I reckon. But we had to front up the next morning for training. Okay. I was a bit slow. Yeah. But there was no ice bars back then. I'll give you the big tip.
Well, ice was keeping the beer cold.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 100%. That's all good.
But yeah. It probably would have enjoyed the fact no one would have known who you guys were.
No, that's right.
Or did you have some really iconic sort of off-field jumpers that you wore? You know, that famous bear yellow.
Look, they probably picked the wrong bear, to be honest with you. I think they may have picked the wrong bear. It probably didn't stand you in that good a stead.
Should have been a grizzly.
Yeah, that's right. Should have been something a bit tougher, perhaps. But yeah, look, it's one of those things that I'm probably reasonably proud of the fact you went up there and started that club from nothing. But if you look at how they set up a club now in the AFL, if you're a formation club, I mean, they throw millions of dollars at you and make sure it works. Yeah. Whereas back in those days, it was slightly different ATCO huts and that sort of thing. But
But can I ask you, because you're well versed in the comment on this, because they always talk about. Virtually where Metricon is now is the old Carrara and the Bears, and just the Suns are there now.
Yep.
Every sporting club that's been based on it is the holiday lifestyle that's up there. You can't really take them seriously.
It is a bit like that, isn't it?
It's been basketball, everything.
Yeah, rugby. I know. If you look at any club that's been up there, they haven't really been that successful.
Well, while you were footy training, were you working up there, or were you just lying on the beach every day?
Look, I always say to myself, my football probably never went ahead that much, but my golf handicap come down quite a lot.
And you had the gold card to all the Broadbeach hotels?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, look, it was slightly different than it is now. But yeah, look, I think I think even back in those days, I think when we went to Carrara, that was purely because Christopher Skase had his interests on the Gold Coast.
Of course.
I think as players, administrators, and everybody else, I think they knew that we probably should have been in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And just given us some identity up there. But but at the end of the day, it was a good experience. I suppose it paved the way for the what we see now is in the Lions and a very successful club.
Yeah, as you said, trailblazer, mate.
Well, that's right. Every time when Brisbane won those 3 premierships in a row, I thought I'd better celebrate them long and hard because
as you said, you laid the foundation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you get around to see them now when they come down. I know, obviously they're playing today.
But we went back a couple of years ago. We went back for a 30-year reunion.
So they've had actually the original Bears all get together?
Yeah, that's right. So we went back for the 30-year reunion.
You've aged pretty well. What about the others?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I suppose if you...
Kappa is still silly as always.
Well, Warwick wasn't there when we went back for the... Yeah. He came up in the second year.
He was the key recruit, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He was the key recruit. But... Warwick was an interesting character.
I couldn't imagine like a full club Bears reunion that Roger Merton and Capper would be having beers together. He used to belt him when he played for Eston, and he's his teammate later.
Yeah, I remember when Roger Merritt rolled up and I had the competitive work against him. I thought, hang on a minute, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
All right, Neil, just stay with us for a little while as we watch the starters, and just quickly, Nairne Rams, can they hold on? We've seen them in a few positions this year and lose, but those two wins they've had the last 2 weeks has certainly given them a lot of confidence.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously I watch them most weeks, and Nairne are I reckon they've done exceptionally well to come up to the Divi 1, have a go. I think it was something the club needed to do. And they're probably only a couple of perhaps quality players away from really giving it a run, because they definitely have a go, the boys.
And it was great today to see them win that Courier Cup in the senior cots, first time they've ever done it in Division 1. And as you said, good young kids coming through the system. And there's a sprinkling of them out here today. Well, young Rogers is out there, those sort of blokes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's a few.
No, they've got a bit of a foundation there now, and I think going forward, if they just get a couple of guys to polish them off, I think they'll be they could be heading in the right direction.
Excellent. Well, they're heading in the right direction at the moment as they lead by 23 points. And once again, it's been our pleasure to have the great man, Carrington's favourite son, Neil Nugget Hyde. Thanks for joining us, Neil.
Thanks, Pistols. Always a pleasure.
Good on you, mate. And we'll catch up after the game. And as usual, it's be my bye.
Thanks, Pistols. See you, mate.
So, Neil Nugget Hyde joining us there, one of the great characters of footy, and what he achieved in footy with Nord and the Bears, of course, AFL stand. So, meanwhile, game on for the second half here at Qube Logistics Oval, and the ball locked up inside the centre square. So Blackwood pushing here, trying to peg back this 23-point margin that they're chasing. And Goldie, as we said, always a good chat with the Nugget.
It's usually catch up with Nugget. That was great. Kick inside 50 here for the Woods area. Swiderski. And it's gone out of bounds. So just recapping. Nairne Bremer United 5-5. Blackwood 1-6. Goal kickers in the first term. Arnie for Nairne. Second term. Wimpress betting Yench kicked 2. And for Blackwood it was Fairman. So we head into half-time. 5-5 Nairne Bremer United. Blackwood 1-6. And here's a chance for Matt Tuck. Good to see him back on the ground after a couple of heavy hits in that second term. Almost a mark there for the Woods. Oh, big tackle. Free kick, though, for the Rams. And that'll go to Willis in the defensive 50. First goal important in the third term, you feel. Just looking a lot more gelled as a group, the Rams, since we saw them early in the season. Waterman, sweeping handball in the middle of the ground. Tapped on there by Kenny. Hayden Kenny, back in the lineup today for first time in a few years, and that's gone out of bounds on the full. So the Rams will have a kick here through Duncan Rogers, I reckon.
Just go around the grounds again. Half-time scores for Chris Shaw Accounting. Mackie 5-7, Torrens Valley 4-2. Gumaraka 6-4, Birdwood 3-4. Kangarilla 4-7 at Kersbrook 2-4, and in Division 1 Raiders 4-5, Mount Lofty 3-2, Lobethal 13-1, Onkers 3 behinds, and Harndorf 8-12, Mount Barker 1-1.
Meantime, back here at Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne, of course we're on Call of the Wild YouTube, Call of the Wild Facebook, Nairne and Blackwood Facebook pages, and on radio, Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude, Adelaide Hills football here. Beautiful conditions, although it's a bit chilly. So the ball paddled out on hands and knees there as Willis shoveled out of it. Free kick.
Courage there. Goldie put his body on the line at ground level and drew a free kick. So Baden Willis said, well, in this young defence, looks like, is he going to take the kick? Yes, they are. So just getting to his feet. So
I'll get some SNFL and AFL games for you shortly.
So Willis chips it across to Remington. So the skipper, some timely intercepts during that first half. So Remington up the line. There's the target here is Betting. Drifting across and taking good mark is Hodge. Looks at the umpires at 50. No, said the umpire. So Oscar Hodge impresses me. Every time I see him, he's got a lead here and he's picked out Banish. Oh, he's coughed it up. Umpire blew the whistle for a mark and then called play on. So Banish good enough to get another shot. Getting back there and he's...
he's dropped that.
Oh, toe poke through by Hopton and... Willis claiming touched, but I'm not having it. That's just the goal umpire. So, unfortunate turnover there has resulted in the first score of the third term to Blackwood through the agency of Hopton with a toe poke after a drop marking opportunity. So 4.5 minutes in, Blackwood, as I said, get their first score in the second half. So they move along to 2-6-18. Nairne Bremer 5-5-35 here on the call of the Wild. So, well, they've achieved something. Goldie said they didn't kick a goal with the wind in their first use of it in the first term, so they've got a goal now. So Warbett versus Betting. Betting the leaper, got the tap down. Stolen there by Rupchik. Hands and knees, stuffed his Betting. Tried to toe poke it off the cricket pitch area. So did Rupchik. Going to ground was Warbett. Got the ball out here to a teammate in Johnson. Ball spills free, taken away by McLeod. McLeod puts it forward. One grab, two grab. And the mark played to Jack Baldacira, half-back area for Blackwood.
5-5 to 2-6. Short pass into the defensive half-back line taken by Kenny. So Kenny works the ball up, finds Benson. Benson kicks it up into the middle of the ground. Toe poke by Phil Hopton. Pops out to Rupchik. He's set upon immediately in a tackle and he's deemed to have thrown it. So the Woods starting to push forward here with the aid of the breeze. Zach Town, kick inside 50, low ball. It's taken there, chopped out, marked by Jack Revington.
So Revington back pocket area. Studies what's on offer. The skipper. Looks like he's going to go long. Yes, he does. Towards the wing area. Here comes Archer Connolly if he gets anywhere near it. But Scara was there also, Adam, but the ball beats both over the boundary line, so the resultant free kick will come to Jack Baldacira. So wing area, interchange bench side, so Baldacira will go long back inside 50. Oh, it's a bit of a mung kick off the side of the boot, through the hands of Rupchik. Ball comes through here. Fairman fed it out to Tuck, tries to curl it back around the corner, and top of the square, unchecked. I think it's Sammy Venning here. Taken a mark. So, just Blackwood lifting the intensity there. The umpire listening the angle here for Venning. It is indeed Sam Venning. So, point blank range goes bang through the middle. So, in the opening 6.5 minutes of this third term, Blackwood have got two vital goals on the board and are pegging back that lead of 23 points that the Rams had at half time. So they move on to 3-7 to 5-5. So we're back to 11 points through the first two goals of the second half going to Blackwood. I said 23-point margin. So Nairne need to counter here. As seen them a few times when they've been in winning positions of games, but that confidence they've built up in the last two rounds with wins should hold them in good stead. But Blackwood pushing here, they sense the urgency. Nairne will be coming home with the wind here. So back in the centre, Kelly to Leaper. Warbett got it down, taken by Benson. Tried to Darnaghi, got it back door to Tuck. High kick towards half forward. Here come the cavalry. Over the top was Rogers, bouncing ball. Swietecki, if it sits for him, no it doesn't. Hopton comes in. Oh, toe poke forward off the ground. That's a miraculous goal there. Oh, party trick. And Blackwood, as I said, when you're hot, you're hot. I think it might have been River Moore. No, Johnson. Evan Johnson. Miracle shot. Strike in mid-air after it come off hands. So Blackwood, just the start that the coach would have wanted. And Scott Preble. So, 8 minutes in, 3 goals to Blackwood. Brought it back to one straight kick now. 4-6-30 plays 5-5-35. Not panic stations yet for Nairne, but they just need a steadier here. So, back in the centre be Kelly again. Warbett. Kelly to Leaper. Warbett gets it down once again to Benson, starting at the top with the centre clearances. We'll get those stats shortly. Oh, good attack on the ball by Revington. Got support from Benny Bow. Can he spin out of trouble? Yes, he does. Gets it out here towards Waterman. Puts on the burners as he breaks away. Oh, good attack on the ball by Hodge. Intercepts that. Goes back and gets the football. Feeds it out here. Taken by Wimpress. He feeds the ball short to Arnie. Cricket pitch area drives the Rams inside 50. They need a goal. Archer Conley up. Good spot there. Prevented the mark. Warbett gets involved. Good attack on the ball there. I think it was Arnie again. Goes to ground. So just a period of here. A little bit of pressure on the Rams. Benny Goldfinch.
10 minutes gone in the third term. Good crowd in the house. All lined around here. Big Yarn Warbert wins it out of ruck. Toe poke. Fairman collects it. Kick inside 50. Look at the breeze. Certainly coming with it now in the third term. The Woods still bouncing the ball. Phil Hopton. Oh, tried to keep it alive and toe poke it through. Geez, the breeze. Bounce, 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 bounce. It's gone through for a point. Blackwood go to 4-7, 31. Nairne Bremer United 5-5, 35. Of course, today's game brought to you by Call of the Wild on Call of the Wild Facebook, Call of the Wild YouTube, Blackwood and Nairne Facebook pages, and Lofty 88.9 Radio with Altitude. Proudly supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. Low kick inside 50. Beautiful pass.
Evan Johnson then. As you said, a worm-burner pass. He's found his teammate, I think it might be Venning again. He's already kicked the goal this quarter. I said Blackwood, a big charge here. So they went into half-time at 23 points down. They now trail by 5. And the opportunity for Venning to put him in front, Goldie.
SNFL results, of course, last night. Sturt defeating Norwood by 23 points.
Good work, Blues. 3 in a row.
North Adelaide over West Adelaide. Just waiting the kick here. Punch through, minus score. Padding's moved a bit. Glenelg, 17 goals, 8. Defeating Adelaide, 14-11. And South Adelaide, 6-9. Eagles, 13-3. And three-quarter time in the other SNFL game, Central District, 4-11. Port Adelaide, 4-3.
So back here at Qube Logistics Oval, big collision there. A couple of Rams go to ground. Picked up here by Badco. Goes back, finds Benson. Quick kick under pressure. High kick. Pack sets a bad. The puck was Hopton. Umpire's paid a mark there. Hopton almost spoiled his teammate. But I think it might be Venning, is it? Bit of push and shove off the ball there. And I think it is Venning. He's been very active in this opening, what have we got, 11 minutes of this term. He's kicked one goal and another shot drift wide. So momentum definitely with the Blackwood Football Club at the moment. So Venning, they've kicked 3 goals over those 12 minutes. Goals to Hopton, Venning and Johnson with a remarkable strike. Wouldn't look out of place at Euro 2020. So here's Venning, chance for his second goal, and the lead for the Woods for the first time. Puts it in across. Oh, one of his teammates was pretty happy, but once again pulled it across the face. So they've added 3-3. Nairne Bremer haven't added to their half-time score, but still cling to the lead. 5-5 to 4-9. 2-point ball game. Jaden and Indy.
Oh, yep.
Cheers, thanks, Bristol. So, yeah, 26 kicks to 14. Blackwood's definitely dominating in that area, as well as the handballs as well, 9-7.
Kick inside 50 for the Woods. Radersky under pressure. Ball bobbles out the back. Held in. Dangerous position. About 30 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. Inside 50 here for the Woods as we head towards the 13-minute mark. They've kicked 3 goals in a row. And all the momentum going their way. Nairne's still leading, though, by 2 points. Ball comes out to Yench. Sweeps it on with a handball to Willis. Willis for the Ram. Kicks it out towards centre wing just near Nairne's interchange bench. And it's gone out of bounds. No clear last touch there, so it'll be a boundary throw-in.
I think Coach Scott Preble must have read the right act at half-time, Benny, because there's a few blokes who weren't conspicuous in this first half have certainly lifted their game. Why not? Blackwood staring at a barrel of a third consecutive loss. Warbert gets the ball down. Follows up. Here's Benson's always good. He runs an attack. Perhaps did a bit too much that time, yes, says umpire Mark Smith. So the resultant free kick will go to Mason Pegler. In fact, it was Pegler in the centre of the ground, wing area. So sets the ball up high and hold up in the breeze. In front of the pack is Wimpress, got his hands, so it didn't hold it. Taken by Hodge. Umpire is alleged in the marking contest. Wimpress was taken high, so Wimpress with the free kick.
Das 2-on-1 deep. Oh, good block out. Das, that was good work by, who we got there? Number 71.
Scara.
Yeah, he did that well. And they're going up to him here. Just the little things, Pistols, you do.
Yeah, the
which help with the forwards there, and I kept an eye on him. He saw that Darcy was 2-on-1, just created a bit of room for him to move into, and he's taken a nice mark.
So yet to kick a goal this afternoon, Das, in this game, but gave off a really good handball, which was finished off for a goal there by Yinch, I think it was earlier on. So Das, important kick here, just to break this momentum that Blackwood have. As said, they've kicked the only scores of this second half, 3 goals, 3.
You got the Lobethal Onkers game?
Yes, I have.
You got that?
Yeah,
Yep.
bit
No
of a
worries.
one-horse race.
Yep.
It's Das.
Oh, shanky
he
shank.
shanked that one. Oh, he's passed in the pocket. No, going to ground there with Skara.
Oh, gee
Gets
whiz.
towards betting and
Oh.
finally forced over. It's all happening in the goal square there. So Nairne Bremer get their first score of the second half, a minor one, 5-6 to 4-9. So they open up, back out that 3-point lead. So ball comes back in through Baldacera, high kick towards the centre. It'll hit the cricket pitch area. May up with Hopton. Toe poke forward. Oh, cleverly got by Benson. Bounce up to Hopton, takes it forward. Here's Revington. Spills that one. Comes back in a clever little handball to the run of Town.
Oh, they're in front.
Sack Town. Great little handball by Rivermore there. And Blackwood on the charge. 4 goals for this term, and just the one behind for Nairne Bremer. And Blackwood have hit the front from probably early in the first term here, boys. 5-9 plays 5-6. Jaden and Indy.
Yeah, that's the first time today we've really seen that clean coast-to-coast transition play from Blackwood, and it's given them the lead now, but more so 11 inside 50s in this quarter to just 4 for Nairne. So not only are they getting that breeze advantage like they did in the first quarter, but now they're utilising their opportunities, Blackwood. They're peeling the eyes a little bit more, but I think they're kicking a couple more goals on the run, and it's really useful.
And also that just the dominance from Blackwood here. 31 kicks to 17, also 11 handballs to 7 as well. So they're dominating in those areas, boys.
Stoppage situation. Got the bounce going in the ruck here. Zach Zevenboom is bouncing around. They're all got the up and about here, the Woods in the midfield. Let's see if the Rams can counter. Kelly goes to Yench. Amble over the top. McLeod back to Yench. Kick inside 50. Hourigan. What will he do here? He'll take a mark. All right, it's got to kick this. Of course, Ramsville coming home with the breeze in the final term. 17-minute mark, they trail by 3 points.
So ace cameraman Dallas Rogers will be right over his shoulder here, Benny, as he takes his shot from half forward flank, the right, heading towards the top end of the town end of the goal, the ground. So just up from the scoreboard, as we said, 5-9. 5-6 in favour of Blackwood, 3-point margin here on the call of the Wild. Trust you enjoying this round 12 clash. A ring-a-ding. In fact, all the games here today have been very close encounters. So Das Hourigan missed with his last attempt. In fact, munged it a bit. Very deliberate approach this time, the big man.
There we go.
The wind
no.
just catching it. You can see right down the barrel there, the wind just pulled it wide.
Get the Bronx cheers from the Wood supporters over there in the Short Tape Pavilion.
So 5-7 then. Blackwood 5-9. 17 minutes just ticked over here. Third term. So it'll be Baldacera again. His last kick reached inside the cricket pitch area, so he'll try to emulate that. Does indeed. Gets out of town on his own. He kicked that last miraculous goal. Takes it, gives it off to the runner Benson. He's been busy. Chips it forward towards
Benny Powell.
Hopton. He's pole drive by Powell. Gets up a little bit ginger, but I tell you, heavy clash of bodies there. So right inside the just about the 50-metre arc, as Indy said. With that wind, you can really move the ball quickly. Comes out here. It was Pegler. Given out there by Badco. Ball comes back out here. Oh, good tackle applied on young Fairman, I think it is. So ball held out half-forward flank area region for Blackwood. Surging this quarter, having kicked 4 goal 3. Ball comes loose out here. Cross. Gets assistance there for a teammate, gave it to Yench. Nick Yench long on the left. There's Das 1-on-1. Gets a bit of holding material there. Helping out his Wimpress, gathers the ball. Sean Tate pocket. Cleverly finds Skara.
Have a shot, young man.
Young man blazes and across the face. And unfortunately has missed everything.
Goodness.
But certainly exciting times when the Rams go forward.
They trail by 2 points. 4 goals in a row for the Woods. Got their tails up as we head towards the 19-minute mark, as I said, third term. Kick out of the defensive 50. Benny Powell snaps the ball inside 50. What way will it bounce? Attack. Gee, Oscar Hodge coming through. Darcy! Whoa! Gee whiz, that could have ended ugly, and it might have. Snap around the corner. Goal! Oh, look at the bounce there. And the Woods should clear here. Oscar Hodge on the end of Darcy coming out at full pelt. Bing time. Benny Powell to Yench. Nick Yench flying shot at goal. Darcy pushing back into the pocket. Under the pressure. Shoveled across the boundary line. What way would the umpire deem here? It's a boundary throw-in. Lots of feeling in this one.
Bit of trouble behind play here for
Sam
Zevenboom. He's gone down on an ankle and looking a little bit proper. He's got up at the moment, but he's not 100%, that's for sure. So throw-in, betting over the back. Oh, nearly stolen by Wimpress. Runs into a pile of trouble there. Ball held in there, but you can feel Nairne starting to lift in the face of this challenge by the Woods.
Zevenboom limping off the ground. That's not good for the Woods. Matty Tark, bit of shoe shuffle work there. Torped it out towards the wing. Phil Hopton went up. Kick forward. I think it was Lockie May. And it's taken here. Is this Wimpress? It was a kick forward anyway. High ball. Scara, sorry. Yench, one-handed.
Yeah, delivered there by Joey Scara. Just chipped wedge shot. And, Yench just nonchalantly grabbed it by one hand. There was looking for Zevenboom over there. Looks like
he's taken the shoe off.
Yeah.
Hopefully not an Achilles injury.
His head trainer Roof Work. One of the most respected trainers going around.
Definitely an ankle.
Yeah.
Meantime, Nick Yench to put the Rams back in front. Right behind it. Darcy just missing before. What will Yench do here? Gives it a hock. Oh, look at that.
That's a fantastic goal. Nick Yench, third for the day, boys. And at the 20.5-minute mark, couldn't be more timely. Indy and Jaden.
Very nice crowd here as well, I'd have to say. They were definitely riding the last couple minutes of that play. Inside 50s in this quarter are now up to 8-11, still in Blackwood's favour, but obviously the last few entries have been in Nairne's favour. And of course, it goes without saying, hit-outs have been 3-9 in this quarter in Blackwood's favour. Once again, they've been getting a lot of that stoppage first-use dominance. It's just about solidifying some more efficient disposals. Jaden?
And Nairne coming back in the stats, boys. 36 kicks, 29 in favour of Blackwood. They've definitely pegged that kicking count back. So well done by Nairne.
Matty Tuck, meantime. Handball over the top. Oh, Rupchik crashing in there against Bailey Badco. Bang. Just having a look at Zevenboom. Of course, he's the ruckman for the Woods. He's just having that left ankle looked at meantime on the Woods interchange bench, which means Big Yarn Warburt's gone into ruck for the Woods as we head towards the 22-minute mark, and it's the Rams leading by 4 points. Meantime, kick up the wing, front position. Good mark there by Dunn. McCarthy, sorry. So McCarthy right in front of us here. Off he goes. Kick forward, deep kick inside 50. Phil Hopton was front position, punched over the back.
Banish.
Here's a chance for Banish. Snap round the corner into the... Well, it's gone 15 metres. Oh, Powell!
That is a courageous, great mark. You'd expect nothing less. That's a fantastic mark, Goldie, there. If that slipped out, Woods were a big chance to score. So, Powell out wide. Intercept mark there taken by Daniel Benson. Liked his game as usual this afternoon. Hard nosed, but doing some good stuff in the air. So, Benson, what's on offer here? Probably give it his best oik towards close to the goal. No, goes up the line.
Oh,
on top of Revington. Trapped there in the back there, you'd suggest.
No.
Umpire? No, well, there you go. Bit lax to pull one out at this stage. But,
AFL results. GWS defeating Melbourne.
Really?
64-55.
Hang on. Yench, a high kick away for the Rams. Das. Oh, he got his hands to him between two Woods rivals. Close to the boundary line there, pack forms. So GWS getting up?
Yep, 9-10 to 7-13. And other Friday night game, of course, Geelong 15-8 defeating Essendon 8-9.
Our old mate Robbie Shear would be happy with that.
And the Suns defeating Richmond by 10 points.
I know one particular Suns man who was pretty happy, but his older brother,
Wasn't?
Tiger, wasn't. But anyway, so free kick here once again.
4 points to the margin, 24-minute mark. Nairne lead.
High kick. Coming out there, getting his hands. It was Matty T. Haven't seen a lot of him this afternoon. Ball fed out here. Quick kick away by Waterman.
Oh!
Makes a lot of ground there. Contestant, well done. Move forward here. Wimpress. Oh, good pick up there by Ed Vandenberg. Flicks out here. Intercepted by Tark. He's got no support there. Just blinds it. Handball. Yench arrives. Oh, good attack on the ball there by Hodge. And I tell you, they were everywhere like bees around the honeypot, the Nairne Rams, but Hodge just diving desperately and holding that ball in.
Half forward line for the Rams, just settled here over the last 5 odd minutes after Blackwood kicked the first 4 goals of this final term. Crucial goal from Nick Yench at the 20-minute mark has just got them back in front by 4 points, heading towards 3/4 time. 25 minutes gone in the third term. Call of the Wild Facebook, YouTube, Nairne and Blackwood Facebook pages, and of course Lofty 88.9 radio with altitude as the Woods kick forward.
Comes in here, Hopton, Lockie May, got his fist to it, assisted by Bow. Great pick up there by T. Can he get 3? Gets it back towards Town.
Benny Powell.
Ball deflected, taken by Powell. Towards
Hold on to.
Connery. Connery scragged in the contest before the ball got here by Hodge, and it's probably the first mistake he's made this afternoon, Hodge. So Archer Connolly with the free kick, undecided. Kicks in the man of the mark in the end. Comes back here to Moore. Little dinky kick, finds T. Handball comes back to Town. He's got a loose man here in Hopton. Getting across at Remington. Gets his body between Hopton and the ball. Well done to
great
Skipper.
work, Jack.
Skipper puts it out into Lockie May. Has he taken the marsh? Yes. Slips catch just millimetres off the turf, I'd suggest, to Lockie May.
Jack had just like, come on guys, upfield, give me a bit of help. So May, kick defensively. Betting. Of course, today's game supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. Lights are on, and there's turnover. So Jack and the gang will be back into it here to try and defend the Woods forward entry. Kick inside 50, taken by Hayden Kenny.
Badco with the kick there to Kenny. As you said, Benny making his first appearance in the Blackwood A-grade since their elimination final appearance on this ground back in 2019. So if he kicks this, wow, no pressure on the young man.
So Hayden Kenny, with the Ram supporters honking their horns, puts the Woods in front at 3/4 time. So Blackwood, they go to 6-9 at 3/4 time. Nairne Bremer United 6-7, so a 5-1 third term for the Woods has got them in front by 2 points at 3/4 time. Call of the Wild action here. Game on, round 12 action.
So following the trend of games throughout the day, I think the Junior Colts was 1 behind in favour of Blackwood. The Senior Colts Courier Cup final, which was called in elegant fashion by the Stats boys, Jaden and Indy, finishing a 1-point win to Nairne Bremer. I think the B grade was about 10 points, and now the A grade poised. Goldie, as you said, a 2-point lead to Blackwood, 6-9 to 6-7 at 3/4 time. So both coaches will be looking to fire their sides up for the run home here. And as you said, really a ring-a-ding-ding here on the Call of the Wild 3/4 time. Stats that matter, Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks Bristol. So Blackwood were dominating the kicking and handballing count for most of that quarter, but Nairne did pick it back. They had some good intensity the last 5 minutes. So the kicking count 44 to 41 in favour of Blackwood in the end. Handballs, Nairne got the better end of the handballing count, so 17 to 16 in favour of the Rams, and then marking 14 to 13 in favour of Blackwood. So they won that count. Tackles 29 to 21. This was a pretty intensive bloody quarter there. So well done to well done to both teams. So Indy.
It's difficult to judge because 33 inside 50s to 45 in favour of Blackwood for the first 3 quarters, and of course 12 hit-outs to 33 hit-outs in favour of Blackwood as well. 5 centre clearances to 8 centre clearances in favour of Blackwood. They're doing all of the first few stoppage work, but the biggest struggle for Nairne right now, particularly in that quarter, was, well, they weren't so fussed about letting the momentum swing in Blackwood's favour in the first because they weren't really consolidating on their opportunities as much, but Blackwood were a lot more dangerous in that third quarter, and I thought they did a great job to improve some of their forward functionality. It wasn't just about a simple kick mark style, it was actually about looking for those leads, peeling the eyes a bit more, so they certainly took up on what they needed to. The concern for Nairne now is, well, their reputation with poor finishes to matches in last quarters is certainly something that could be a potentially glaring statistic for this match in particular. They are kicking in the direction of the window, which could be extremely valuable. And as we said in that senior Colts game earlier today, if you can't do enough damage when you are kicking with the wind, well then doing it in the next quarter is going to be a lot more difficult. So Nairne have an opportunity now to prove that they can finish a game strong, and they can do that towards the direction of the wind. But it's also about working from the stoppages a bit better, because losing the inside 50s and centre clearances hasn't costed them the game yet, but I do feel like they're going to become more crucial stats coming in this last quarter. They need to get first ball users on the ball.
Good on you, boys. Astute as always of all the stats that matter. So, three-quarter time scoreboard around the grounds for Chris Shaw Accounting here on the Call of the Wild. Gumaraka 6-6, Birdwood 4-4, so a good game out there at the Velodrome. Mackie 8-12, can't read my own handwriting. Torrens Valley 5-4, and in the Courier Cup A-grade final for the country division out there at Kersbrook Oval, it's Kangarilla 7-7, lead Kersbrook 4-7. And other Division 1 results at three-quarter time. Mount Lofty have got their nose in front. Mount Lofty 6-5, lead the Raiders 4-7. And Lobethal 16-4, well in control over Onka Valley 3-7. So, given a couple of results here this afternoon, Benny, Onka Valley under a bit of siege for that spot in the 5. So, yeah, as are Blackwood, but at the moment they've got their nose in front as they lead 6-9 to 6-7. So, 2-point ball game. It was the Nairne Rams by 3 points at quarter time. Stretched to 23 points at half time, but then a big third quarter from Blackwood, as I said, has put them 5 goals to 1, has put them their nose in front, 6-9 to 6-7 as we turn for home here. And it's a pretty entertaining game of football, and trust you're enjoying a worldwide stream here on the Call of the Wild. And if you're on Facebook, get involved, tell us where you're watching, who's going to win, etc., how you're enjoying it.
Of course, Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude.
Absolutely. I trust you're enjoying our live call also. So, teams moving into position here for what will be a vital final term. Nairne pushing for their 3rd win in a row. Blackwood to quell a 3rd loss in a row. 2-point ball game. Anyone's game as umpire Mark Smith holds the ball off. We're underway. Term 4. Kelly gets the tap down. Taken by Tuck for Blackwood. He's held up in a tackle by Arnie. He's done a pretty good job tagging over the last couple of weeks. The Nairne Rams. So umpire Smith again. Warbett gets it down to the runner. Benson feeds his way through. No, he's caught up there.
That's holding the ball.
Illegal disposal also, so it looks like it'll be McLeod winning the free kick for the Rams.
Right in the middle of the ground. Kicks forward. Connolly over the top of him. Chop out mark in the Woods defensive 50, taken there by Nathan Dunn. Lights are on. Chilly conditions. Started off at 9 degrees. I think we're about 5 now, if that. Oscar Hodge, chip over the top. McCarthy. Jacob McCarthy, defensive 50 for the Woods. Breeze is still going towards the left of the screen, or left of the dial in this final term, which is the Rams scoring end. Blackwood kicking 5 goals with the aid of the Breeze in the 3rd term, so the Rams will be coming home with that assistance. As you can see, the ball holding up nicely. There, good mark. Taken by Bailey Badco. Kicks it towards centre wing. Jamison Kelly for the Rams, just in front of us here in the broadcasting position as the wind picks up a bit.
I was going to say, if anything, you're probably here to fix, Mike. It's building up.
Darcy 1-on-1, chopped out. In fact, he's about 1-on-3. Oscar Hodge, sweeping handball out. Good work there by Benson. Shovels the handball out to Matt Tuck, last year's male medalist. Short pass outside the defensive 50. Finds Hillard, under 18. Kicks to the centre wing area. Ben Powell just doing as he normally does.
Intercepted mark, goes wide towards the flank area. Well, it's set for McLeod. Bouncing ball coming across as Hodge. McLeod showing a bit of pace, going to keep the ball to overrun it. Here's support arrives for Wimpress. Hodge somehow gathers the ball and relieves it on this occasion. Up here towards Banish. He's under pressure. Great tackle applied there by Willis. Ball held in there. So, as you expect, very desperate stuff here in this last quarter. We're 2 minutes in. No score yet. Ball down towards Benson. The look-away handball finds Wimpress, who in turn goes back here towards Willis. Tight on the boundary line.
Is that Mark?
Wimpress, the boundary, no, the academy boy.
Yep.
The flaxen-haired mullet boy has ruled over the line. So, meanwhile, down is Kelly. Calls for someone to do the ruck. It'll be Waterman. Warbett takes it. Get it across here to Fairman. In turn gave it to Benson. Benson's kicking towards the flank area. Holding on there was
Oh, he's played a free
Goes to
kick.
Matty T.
Advantage played. No.
Advantage played to Hillard. He was off. Umpire Smith says, no, it's got to go back. So being scragged in that contest before the ball arrived was Matty T. So he's won the resultant free kick.
How many goals have we had towards this end? 2 goals today, I think, for this game. Anyway, towards this scoring end. We had 9 goals towards the other end, I think. Yeah, two goals towards this scoring end and 9 goals towards the other end. So certainly favouring the Rams as they come home with the aid of the breeze. But it's inside 50 here for the Woods. Benson dumped. Umpire says, I'll have it.
I tell you what, it might be a bit chilly, but they're warming to the occasion on the terrace there, Goldie. Packed terrace. The Maroon supporters out there urging their side on, chasing a 3rd straight win. So, ruck duel over the top. Comes down here, taken away here by Waterman. Chips towards Yench. Taken off the ball, taken here by Johnson. Puts it back inside 50. There's a foot race. May and Phil Hopton, close to the boundary line. Bit of push and shove. Goes out over the boundary line. Right in front of the said terrace. The Academy boy will pitch it in. So, 2-point ball game in favour of Blackwood. 6-9 to 6-7. 4 minutes gone, final term.
Hemble had it hit out over the top by Jamison Kelly. Got it to Harry Hollow for the Rams. Kicks it towards centre wings. Chopped out mark there by Oscar Hodge. So Oscar Hodge for the Woods will kick the ball up towards the half-forward line. Coming through with Phil. Jan Warbett could have been held on to. In fact, that's the way I think he's going to go. Just near Blackwood's interchange bench. So Jan Warbett for the Woods. They lead by 2 points, 6-9 to 6-7. 5 minutes into the final term. Kick inside 50. Ball hits the deck. Shoveled out. Rupchik gets it towards Revington. Low kick. Out towards the teammate there who fumbled it. Dangerously got the handball away. Come out the back. Mac T snaps a goal.
Matty T. And good work there by Town. Got the ball to him. So Matty T, just on 5 minutes in the last term, got that first vital goal. Perhaps a little bit of an error there by Wimpers as he was corralled. And intercepted there by Town. The attempted clearance. Got it to T. So Matty T with his 11th and most important goal of the season, I suggest. Goldie, just give him a little breathing space here. 7-9 at 51 to 6-7 43. So back in the centre, Nairne kicking with the aid of the breeze, as Benny Goldfinch said. Just a 3rd goal scored at that end of the ground. So back in the centre, leaper is Kelly. Comes down here, trying to bustle his way out of the centre circle. Was Rupchik. Ball held to him by Bailey Badco. So umpire rule will come in once again and ball up.
Need the next goal, the Rams. 6 of the last 7 goals have been kicked by the Woods. That's almost a push in the back. Held up, cricket pitch area. So, Blackwood 7-9, Nairne Bremer United 6-7. Call of the Wild on Facebook, YouTube, also on Blackwood and Nairne's Facebook pages, and of course Lofty 88.9 radio with altitude. Snap around the body there for
McLeod.
the Rams by McLeod. Oscar Hodge could have been thrown. Umpire says play it on. Collected in the middle of the ground. Oh, good work, Benson. Got a toe poke away. Here's, I think, Hollow. Oh, set upon immediately in a tackle. Zach Town, good work. And holds the ball up just near the centre of the ground. Woods up and about. Lots of momentum now. Got to go against this Nairne somehow.
So Warbett out here, taken by Rupchik, looks for support, gets to the young Rogers. High kick towards centre, go a mile, but Hodge camped onto it. Grabs it at the second attempt to take the defensive mark on this occasion for Blackwood. So Oscar Hodge has said impressive debut season for the Woods in A-grade football. Puts it out towards the wing area. Hopton lumbers in front was Powell. Ball comes to ground level. Held up in there. Once again, round the ground, 3/4 time. Gum 6-6, Birdwood 4-4, Mackie 8-12, Torrens Valley 5-4. Kangarilla 7-7, Kersbrook 4-7. And Division 1, Mount Lofty 6-5, Raiders 4-7. Loberthal 16-4, Onkers 3-7. And Harndorf 16-19 lead the old enemy Mount Barker 3-2.
Phil Hopton, meantime, for Blackwood, inside 50. Got a kick away. Willis got it to May. Handballs to Revington. Revington, Sanaf back for the Rams. Handball over the top. The sheet's Betting. Betting kicks it forward. Long kick over the top. Got the pole in the way here. 2-on-1. Paddled out towards the boundary line. Connolly could have copped a high one there. Hourigan ducked ahead. Got the handball away nicely to Yench. Yench throws it on the boot, kicks it forward, and it's marked into defensive 50 there for the Woods. Just near the goalpost. So Blackwood kicks it out towards the boundary line. It's taken here by Oscar Hodge. Blackwood lead 7-9. Nairne Bremer United 6-7.
So ball up the line. Edward Vandenberg takes it. So Blackwood just content to play a bit of possession football at the moment. Milk the clock down. 8.5 minutes gone. So they cling to a 7-point margin. Ball up the line. Hopton in the front of the bus. Betting gets his fist to the ball and puts it out over the line right in front of the Dreammaker Caravan broadcasting spot here in the Gumtree Win. Getting a little bit chilly and dark out there, but the action's still warm out in the field. Flicked over the back by Warbert, go over to Fairman. Fairman in turn gets to Hilliard. Through the centre of the ground, puts it out in front of the run of Venning, Sam Venning. Oh, well done by Revington there, dispossessed him. He's got support back here from Swadetsky. Gets a high kick away, but unfortunately off the side of the boot. So the turnover there comes, and I think it'll be Fairman, I think it is, with the resultant free kick, Goldie.
Yep. So Fairman kicks the ball inside 50 for the Woods. Hopton over the top. 1-2, almost a mark. Great work there by Liam Swiderski. Got the handball away to Rupchik. Tried to get the handball to Crocky Cross. He goes in and gets it again. Cross under pressure from Johnson. Johnson slaps it out towards the boundary line. Kept alive there for the Woods. Snapped forward. Betting. They're off here, the Rams. If they use it well, they can use this outer side wing.
Connolly on the lead. Wing area, that's the direction of the ball.
Last
Desperately
touch.
trying to get there. Last touch as the ball went over the line. Yes, in fact, paid on the full by the looks of it. So Vandenberg will get the resultant free kick, or will be Hodge. Looks like it's going to be Edward Vandenberg. Of course, a recent interleague rep in his first year with Blackwood. Tried out at Westies.
Oh,
Overcooks the pass, intended for Rivermore. Straight down the throat of Waterman. So Kurt Waterman, half-back flank area, calling for options. It looks like he's going to go long. Target here is Hourigan. He's got 4 to beat. Pushed out. There's play on, says the umpire. Gathered here by Hodge. Looks for support. Long sweeping handball. Oh, cool bounce there for Benson. McLeod. Here's Tuck. The reigning medalist just wheels the ball forward. Hopton with the ball. Oh, shark there by Town. Comes back here to Hopton.
Oh, fabulous Phil. Touched. No, goal.
And appealing for in danger, but I tell you what, Phil Hopton, Hindmarsh Stadium style, nailed it in the back of the net from about 35 metres, Goldie.
Well, 7 of the last 8 goals for the Woods. Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks Goldie. So 22 kicks to 12 in favour of Blackwood. It was actually reminiscent of the third quarter where Blackwood dominated the first half of the quarter with the kicking count. The handball count though 13-3 in favour of Nairne, and the marking count 9-5 in favour of Blackwood as well. So those areas are pretty even, but Blackwood are just dominating the kicking count. Indy?
Yeah, the inside 50 count for this quarter at least reading 5-8 in Blackwood's favour, but they haven't been consecutive. It's been very back and forth, but as you saw on that occasion, Blackwood are just getting the scores when it counts, and it's at a crucial time.
So Rivermore with the ball as Blackwood go further into forward line. Getting back there was Revington, spills the ball. Lockie May takes him on, dispossessed, and it's coughed up a legal disposal there. So Blackwood, it's all just starting to unravel a little bit for the Rams here. So Matty T right in front of the scoreboard, which shows his side in front, 8-9, 57-6, 7-43. So 14-point margin. He'll take this shot from the Chris Laddam's pocket here. Matty T, because scored the first goal of this term at the 5-minute mark. Will now progress to 12 minutes. So if he gets this one, it would really make it difficult. I tell you what.
Oh, he's kicked it.
That is a brilliant kick. A la Chris Laddam's
Goes up
Goldie.
to the... they've got a lot of support here, Blackwood.
Absolutely. So Matty T, second goal for the term. And I tell you what, has that really got the nails starting to go into the coffin here as they've stretched that lead out now to 20 points. 9-9-63. Nairne Bremer 6-7-43 have not scored since three-quarter time when they trailed by 2 points, Benny.
Yes, 20-point margin. 13 minutes gone in the final term. Blackwood 9-9, Nairne Bremer United 6-7. And of course, I think Sevenboom is still off the ground with an ankle injury, the big ruckman for the Woods. So they're still on top though, Blackwood. Goal kickers for them since half time. Hopton's kicked 2. Venning, Johnson, Town, Kenny and Tees kicked 2 in this final term. Meantime, Benson tried to run it through the middle of the ground for the Woods. Comes out to Jan Warbett on hands and knees, the big fella. And it's held up centre cricket pitch area.
I see Sammy Zevenboom with the dressing gown on in the dugout, Goldie, and why wouldn't you?
Yep.
I reckon it's about 3-4 degrees out there. And, well, warming the hearts of the Blackwood supporters, their team in this quarter. 3 vital goals. Ball comes out here. Hacked forward there by Johnson. Hopton territory over the top. A very good mark. Third in the back of the bus was Lockie May, the youngster. This way, that way. Finally forced to get a quick kick away out here towards a teammate. But Hilliard over the top takes a good intercepting mark for Blackwood. Pretty handy this afternoon. Patrick Hilliard has said pass under 18 premiership play for the Eagles and played for Flinders Park. Puts up the line. Here's that man, Matty T. He's been very influential this last term, Goldie. 2 goals. So he just slows things down. Why not? The Woods got time on their side.
Oh, he's gone.
He tried to play on and go around.
That
could be the vital turnover. As,
just write that one down. 14-minute mark.
That's got to come back. So result in free kick will be taken by Sean Arney for the Nairne Rams.
All right. Just wait for the ball to come back here. 20 points the margin. 15 points, a 15-minute mark. Call of the Wild and Lofty, 88.9, radio with altitude. Kick in the middle of the ground. Waterman, good mark. Handball over the top. McLeod, hello. Kick forward. Hourigan, over the top. Bounce through, goal. Write it down, 14-minute mark. A key decision.
Wow.
14 points the margin now. McLeod with a thumping goal. Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks, Goldie. So, yeah, 24 kicks to 15 in favour of Blackwood. The handball count still 14-5 in favour of the Rams. So, well done to the Rams there. They got the ball forward and got the much-needed goal. So, hopefully they can keep up the momentum. Indy.
First 2 centre clearances of the quarter went in Nairne's favour. The last 2 have gone in Blackwood's favour. But ironically, that last one actually resulted in a Nairne goal. But I still feel like that's going to be a crucial stat come the end of this quarter.
Back in the centre, umpire Smith, as seen by the strength of the breeze. Still time here, 15.5 gone. Warbett, leaper is Powell now in ruck. Ball comes down. Arnie harassing his opponent there in tuck. Warbett comes over the top of Arnie, holds him in there. So once again, umpire Smith will come in virtually still in the centre circle of the ground. So Warbett, Powell, bigger body of Warbett got the ball down. Clearing kick by Benson. Half-forward flank area, race there, a cruel bounce, here's a chance for Pegler. Well done, young man.
Well done, young
That's
man.
his judgment and moves the ball forward. Here's a chance out here. Whimpers taken here by Connolly.
I tell you.
He's got the lead here. Hourigan, bouncing ball, grabbed by Das around the corner.
Oh, what a
Getting his
smother.
hand, that was done.
What a smother.
Back pocket area, done. Brings it back in the corridor area, dangerous.
Oh.
Picked up here, Vandenberg, got assist from Zach. Venning gets it back. Once again, Connolly.
Go and get it, son.
Off a Kenny, close to the boundary line.
Oh, he dropped his chutney there.
He did drop it and milked it to the free kick. A very smart play by Hodge, I think it is. So he'll take the free kick right in the back pocket. But the Rams, urgency of the occasion now, and they're surging.
17-minute mark, final term. Hodge kicks it outside of defensive 50 for the Woods. The breeze is assisting the Rams.
Benny Powell, absolute screamer. 1 grab, 2 grab, completed the mark as he brought it to the ground, Goldie. So
he goes towards Yench, does he? No, Yench was running for him. So Powell. Big kick, this one. Next goal for the Rams will bring it towards 8 points. Hourigan, long, over the top, in the pocket. Hodge.
Yep.
It's gone out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. Deep inside 50 for the Rams. They trail 7-7, Blackwood 9-9. 17 minutes gone in the final term. So probably about 10 minutes left in this one. And it's 14 points, the margin. Woods way.
So ball in. Warbett looks like he's taken on his own. Got it down to a teammate, Benson. Ball finally comes out here.
Oh,
Was
that's
that
a coat
taken too
hanger.
high? Yes, it was. So the free kick deep in defence will be taken for Blackwood. So the Woods just sizing up the situation. Why not times on their side? So take the ball up the line. Once again, Powell in the action, got his hands to it, takes another mark. He's right on the edge of the 50-metre arc for the Rams. Benny Powell perhaps could load up here. Looking for the tall timber down there in Wimpress. Hurrigan lurking as well. So opportunity here. So
The
Benny Powell.
breeze will be right behind him here.
So as he goes towards the Bukunga-Callington end of the ground, Benny Powell tries to get onto a barrel. I tell you what, it's got plenty of length on it, but unfortunately the accuracy just a little bit off. So through for a minor score. So that edges them a little bit closer. It's now 7-8, 50 to 9-9 at 63. So 13-point ball game. Ball comes up here, bouncing ball, intercepted. Here's a chance here for Dunn, gets a handball at the top. Intercepted nicely by Willis, and then takes his Blackwood opponent to the ground. And held up that one. That was young Jackson Fairman. Once again, has been in and under today, the young body. So Powell, Warbett gets it down. Badco trying to get the ball, taken to ground by Powell, who's doing it all, rucking and then ground level stuff. And once again, umpire Smith will come in and ball it up. 18.5 minutes gone, Goldie, so still time if they're good enough for the Rams.
Half forward line. Kick forward for the Rams. Deep inside 50 now. Hodge. Oh, here's a chance. Handball. Shop it, goal. Oh, Hollows missed it.
Yep.
12 points the margin. Probably a handy point, though. Is it? 12 points the margin?
Yep. What price a draw? So, ball to Sierra. Nurses it out to his teammate and Hodge in the back pocket. Oscar Hodge, he'll nurse it up the line looking for teammate and Venning, Sam Venning, the experienced campaigner, takes a mark and he'll just slow it down a bit. He's got a couple of loose men out here, one being McCarthy. As you can probably hear the wind in the mic. Comes across here, back the ball to Sarah, gets around Connolly, goes up the ground, lurking at, up too high. Was it a free kick? No, said the umpire.
It's gone.
Dragged there. Was that holding? No. So ball up, ball in will be created. So Nairne, 19.5 minutes ticked over. So maybe starting to get a little bit desperate here. Ruck throw in. Warbett's dominated this last quarter in the ruck. Ball comes down there. Locked in at ground level to Sid Nairne. Desperate to get the ball clear, but Blackwood pretty keen just to see it locked up in that situation.
Edge of the centre square. Umpire Smith throws the ball up. Young Warbett won it down. Coming through was Powell. Can he get a kick away? He does. Kick forward. Oh, chop out mark there. Oscar Hodge for Blackwood in the half-back line, just near the light tower. Blackwood lead by 12 points, 20-minute mark. Kick out of defence by Hodge. Lovely pass. Finds a teammate there in Badco. So the Rams just started to get the game under control over the last few minutes. High ball, and that's gone out towards Powell once again. He's played a great game. Kick into, dangerous though. Chop out, Phil Hopton. Kick forward by Banich, and that's taken a mark there for Blackwood. Don't tell me he's done an injury.
Town.
Is that cramp?
Town.
Oh no, he's broken his leg, has he? Oh no, it's cramp. No, it's a cramp. Sorry. He's clearly not broken his leg. I thought I heard a scream. He's just done cramp. He's not broken leg at all.
If any of the Town family are listening, you don't need to be concerned.
No, he's right. It's just I just went down. I thought, wow, that's just cramp.
So Zach Town, who kicked that miraculous strike in that last quarter. So opportunity.
Oh, nice.
To Johnson. Close to the goal line. As it
kept alive. That could be handy. Swiderski.
Comes ahead as Scarter. The young man stands his ground well. So Joe Scarter, half-back flank area. Nairne need to get a rattle on if they're going to have any chance of winning this game. Puts it towards the broadcast side wing. Pack sets himself betting, got his hands to it. Comes to ground again. Big tackle applied in there by McLeod. Ball held in there. So nearly 22 gone, Goldie. I suggest perhaps once again Nairne are going to be pipped in the bud. You can probably count one bad quarter of football has cost them the game as the ball comes out here. Waterman taken high. Umpire put his whistle to his mouth, said no. High kick away by McCarthy.
Oh, good mark, young man.
Well done by Mason Pegler.
Didn't play it.
Didn't go to 10, I don't think, Goldie, with the tape measure. Great effort, though. Courageous effort by the young man, but ball held in, not the travel distance required. So umpire rule, put it up. Warbett against Betting. Betting got it down, taken here by Johnson. Wrapped up by Wimpris, and as you said, all these stoppages are just playing in the hands now of Blackwood. And I think they'll hold on 9-9 to 7-9.
Ball up, Warbett taps it down. Badcoat flicked on, wrapped around there. Oh, beautifully nabbed by Benson. Here's a chance for McLeod, I think it was. Smothered, Betting coming through. Bulldozed to the ground by 2 Blackwood players in the middle of the ground. 23 minutes gone. Blackwood 9-9, Nairne Bremer United 7-9. Of course, today's game, Call of the Wild, all the different social media outlets, and of course, Lofty 88.9 Radio with Altitude, proudly supported by Chris Shaw Accounting. Call of the Wild, Ben Powell, he's stripped of it and it's held up.
We'll probably get in the stats after the game, but just the recognition and teamwork between Warbett and Ruck and Benson, who's been running through and just thriving off the ruck work here this afternoon. Ball comes out here, here's a chance for Waterman. Gets a kick into the forward 50, here's Hurrigan. 3 to beat, ball comes to ground. Nathan Dunn the first to get there for Blackwood. He's got support out the back door. Tell you what, Kenny caught up there, could have been holding the ball. No, said the umpire. Rule. So he comes in there. Here's a chance for Nairne. They've got to score from this forward advance. Warbutt gets it down. Once again, Benson involved burrowing his way through. How many times we've seen that this afternoon? The ball will be held in there. So once again, inside the forward 50 arc, they just can't get it out. Dogged defence here by Blackwood, and why not? They lead 9-9 to 7-9. What's been another good, entertaining Call of the Wild game. Ball comes out the back door. Vandenberg flicks out a handball, stolen here by McLeod. Ball pushed forward here. Kenny this time gets it out here towards Vandenberg, in turn gets the run of a teammate there, and Banish gets it forward. Lockie May versus Hopton. Ball goes to ground. May backs up with a big strong tackle, holds the ball in there right in front of Coach Lackenby. He must be just ruining one bad quarter of football here. It's probably costing the game, Benny.
Yep, right near him now, near the coaching box. Ball up. Betting. And held up once again. So mainly all the oval now in shade. Very cold. Betting won it down. And it's gone out of bounds. In between both interchange benches. 25 minutes gone. 12 points the margin.
They had a 23-point margin at half-time. Then Rams, but we said 5 goals to 1 third quarter is blowing the game open for Blackwood. The ball pushed forward there towards the boundary line. In fact, over the top. And last touch. Just shows you the luck of the game there. The bounce went over the top of young Scara. So Blackwood get the resultant free kick.
So Scara for Blackwood. Kick backwards to Hodge. Done well Blackwood since half-time, restricting the Rams to 2 goals. There it is. Blackwood have got the chocolates here. Frustration for the Rams. After they led by 4 goals at half-time. Coach Lackenby disappointed up there in the coaching box. Golden opportunity gone begging there. As Blackwood come out on top, 9-9. Nairne Bremer United 7-9. So 2-goal win. And that's Blackwood's 7th win for the season.
And as we said, breaks a streak of 3 losses in a 2 losses in a row. They really need that win today to keep in the hunt for that top 3 and obviously the double chance spot. And they've responded okay. So yeah. So we might go down to 2 guys who've certainly put in a big effort this afternoon. As I said, well done with their call, the Courier Cup Senior Colts Grand Final. Then they have braved some Arctic-like conditions down on the boundary to bring you the stats that matter. For the last time this afternoon, Jaden and Indy.
Thank you, Pistols. At full time, the stats read 22 hitouts to 52 in favour of Blackwood. The advantage was much bigger than it might have initially looked at first glance, but I reckon Blackwood all game, 4 quarters consistently managed to get first use of the ball thanks to some clever tap-outs from their ruckman. The problem early on was their butchering of the ball going forward, but they were getting a lot of inside 50s. At full time, the inside 50 count was 44 to 56 in favour of Blackwood. Only 12 extra entries overall, but they only lost the entry count in the second quarter. It was nearly neck and neck in that last term with 11 apiece, but it was particularly in the first and third when they had the benefit of the wind directing them towards their forward half that helped Blackwood to get more repeat entries. And I think in the second half, they really tidied up their composition, but also it's easy to see that Nairne may have potentially dropped off in some of their pressure acts, as it certainly looks like this is becoming a recurring habit for the club. They've been dropping off in the second half of games like this after getting off to some pretty promising starts, and it is ultimately disappointing to see. The centre clearances read 7 to 11 in favour of Blackwood at full time as well, once again showing that first ball use was becoming crucial towards the end stages of that game. And it's fine to lose those statistics in the first half, but for them to lose those statistics in the second half, Nairne certainly costed themselves the game in the middle, but also lost a bit of forward firepower in the second half as well when they did get it forward, and they lost the ability to golden that opportunity. But I suppose the take from today is once again a great second half from Blackwood, and they want that to become the blueprint for some 4-quarter consistency. But Jaden, over to you and your insight from the game.
Cheers, thanks, Indy. So yeah, well done to Blackwood on that win. So the kicking count was 165 to 162 in favour of Blackwood. So it was 37 to 26 in that quarter. Handballing count 16 to 11 in favour of Blackwood. So in total, it was 74 to 65 in favour of Nairne, believe it or not. The marking count 67 to 66 in favour of Nairne, so that was pretty close there. The tackle count 131 to 97 in favour of Nairne. So they did have the pressure there today. Unfortunately, could not get the win. Just some record stats here, I'll just go through them. So Blackwood's score of 5 in the first quarter was their lowest first quarter score against Nairne at Nairne. It was actually their lowest first quarter score for the year. It was Nairne's highest second quarter score with 27. It was their second highest second quarter score against Blackwood. It was Blackwood's lowest halftime score versus Nairne with 12 ever, and also Blackwood's lowest halftime score for the year with 12 as well. But it was Blackwood's highest ever score at Nairne. So the first time they beat Nairne at Nairne. So there's a record stat for you boys. So, because last time they lost by 8 points against Nairne here, so first time they beat Nairne here. There you go, Pistols.
Thank you very much, Jaden and Indy, and job well done, boys. We'll let you perhaps come in the Dreammaker and thaw out. So very good job.
Yeah, I think this might have been one of the coldest games I've ever been to, not gonna lie. If it wasn't for this jacket, I certainly would have died by hypothermia at halftime. So,
we don't want that,
yeah, credit to the jacket. But also, I suppose, customing to the conditions over the course of the day was, well, inevitably impossible. You just can't really custom to them up here. You never get used to it. It always feels nice and chilly. But yeah, I'll make sure I thaw out when I get home. I've certainly got a bit of warming up to do. But anyways, I hope you're cozy up in the box, because I certainly was when I was commentating with Jaden today, and I enjoyed that experience a lot. So thank you to, of course, Goldie and Pistols, for giving me that opportunity, but also thanks to Mortgage Choice for giving me that privilege as well, and giving all of us the privilege to be here, of course.
And also Chris Shaw Accounting as well, and thank you to you guys for giving us the opportunity. So it was awesome.
Thank you very much. The two rising guns of the commentary world certainly doing a very good job this afternoon. Braving the cold out there, Connie. I must admit, it's just cold when you just put your head outside the door. Now, final scores as we go around the ground. Some interesting results here at the end, Benny, for Chris Shaw Accounting. Country Division, Gumaraka 11-12 defeated Birdwood 5-7, probably much as expected. Macclesfield did get the chockies. Mackie in the end 10-14, but Torrens Valley Lions 9-4. So the Lions certainly a competitive unit over the second half of the year. Now, Courier Cup final out at Kersbrook. A three-quarter time score was Kangaroo 7-7. Kersbrook 7-7 to 4-7. I can tell you, final scores: Kersbrook 9-9 have defeated Kangaroos 7-7.
There you go.
So Beefy's boys have come home in the last quarter. What's that? They've stand on 5 goals to no score by Kangaroos. So Kersbrook winning the Courier Cup for A grade in country division this year. Now, Division 1, Lobethal 19-9 have absolutely buried Onka Valley 4-9. So perhaps those rate of injuries with the doggies have caught up. So Lobie. Now, Mount Lofty 10-8 have beaten the Raiders 4-8. Interesting, the Raiders did not kick a goal after half time. So Mount Lofty with that win would put them close to the top 5 if we just have a look here. But yeah, warming up to be a good competition. So as we said, a very important win here today for Blackwood. So Lofty will move up the ladder to be equal with Onka Valley on 5 wins. And the Raiders just holding on to that 5th spot, 1 win ahead, Benny, if my stats are right. And also Kersbrook may dispatch Kangaroo on top of the ladder, if there's a bit of percentage in that. But anyway, you check that all out in the Courier during the week for a good read guaranteed. So, as I said, winners today, Country Division, Gumaraka, Macclesfield, Kersbrook. And in Division 1, the results we have so far, Mount Lofty, Lobethal, and of course here at Qube Logistics Oval, Blackwood Football Club have defeated the Rams by 2 goals, 9-9 to 7-9. Now, when you recap the game, the Nairne led by 3 points at quarter time, Benny. Then critically 23 points at half time. So I ask you, the third quarter, once again, we've seen Nairne a few times. Saw him against Lobie. Urada well in the contest, 5-1 in that third term.
Yep, exactly the same really scenario, isn't it, against Urada? So they'd be very disappointed with that after the last couple of weeks. Showing great form, and early they were terrific. 4 goals second term, but
interesting. Got a side who didn't score a goal in the opening term, kicking with the breeze, and then they kicked 5, and then importantly they'd only kicked 1 against it. In the last quarter, they kicked those 3 decisive goals. In fact, 2 in the first 10 minutes really broke the back and extended that lead. They had a 2-point margin at 3/4 time, and it just gave that little bit of buffer that they could, and they played confident footy. And I tell you what, big when you just look at something, I was very impressed with big Yarn Warbett today. As you said, Zevenboom went down, but Warbett sort of starting in the ruck, and his association or ability with Benson today just gave him an armchair ride. Very good. But I tell you, once again, every week we see him, and he just shows maturity for a young man who I believe tried out at Westies, and he just looks like a ready-made footballer.
Oscar Hodge,
Oscar Hodge, of course, we're talking about. So he was very good. So, yeah, look, a good all-round. And for Nairne Bremer, well, once again, Powell Waterman, the old firm. Nick Yetch had his moments. But, once again, bit of disappointment there for the Nairne Rams as another one gets away from them. But as we said, Blackwood 9-9 have defeated Nairne Bremer 7-9. A very good game of football here this afternoon. We look at the leading goal kickers just quickly. Matty T with a couple. Johnson Hopton with 2. Bobbed up late in the second half. It's a big lift from him in the second half, as all Blackwood did when they were facing a 23-point deficit at half-time. No doubt that they had to fire up and win a game that they could have been a little bit susceptible to a top 3 spot if they'd dropped that today. So that just about wraps us up here from a very chilly Nairne Oval. As we said, we haven't had too much rain here this afternoon, but it's been very chilly. But just waiting to see if we get any other scores in. No, but anyway, we can tell you, as I said, that Blackwood have run out with a good victory here this afternoon. All right, well, that just about does us. So thanks to Matt the roadie, who once again was up here very early to get the dream maker here. And of course, the senior Colts coverage this afternoon, well accepted by a lot of people, I'd suggest, Benny. So well done, a great initiative there, and hopefully we can bring you a few more junior football games during the year. To Dallas, the cameraman, once again our producer, some fantastic shots there, as he always does, and to Benny Goldfinch, once again, good work. Thanks to our special guest, Damien Venning, pre-match, and a proud day for him and capped up for his son. As I suggested, it'd be good if he could win his first A-grade game. He has some young Zach, so well done to Damien Venning. And also, once again, the great humour and great yarns of Neil Hine at half-time. So big nugget, we thank him for joining us. So Chris Shore County, once again, thanks for their good work. Now, we're going to have next week off. Benny, I think we've deserved it because State Country Championships on down at Victor Harbour. So if you're looking for something to do without football in the hills, pop down there. There'll be a few Hills boys involved in the Eastern Zone team. And, of course, the week after, we will be back, and it's going to be an absolute screamer. The Courier Cup final for Division 1 will be out at Lobethal Oval, where the Tigers will take on their arch rivals Harndorf. Haven't got that final score in yet, but Harndorf are well in control of their game against Mount Barker. So both sides seem to be heading into that encounter with big wins under their belt. So look for that on the 17th of July. And don't forget the huddle during the week, of course, on the world's greatest radio station in the hills, Lofty 88.9.
Stay tuned on Lofty. Coming up at 6 is Cool Beans with Harry.
Cool Beans with Harry, if you can hear that from the back of the Dream Maker. Cool Beans with Harry, a good show guaranteed. All right, as I said, that just about wraps us up. So we'll leave you here from Nairne Qube Logistics Oval with the news that Blackwood Football Club have defeated the local Rams by 2 goals, 9-9 to 7-9. So until we talk again, this is Pistols on behalf of the crew signing off. And keep on chasing your goals. Catch you next time.
The Call of the Wild is an HFL media production in association with Lofty Community Media. Listen to this match again at hillsfooty.com.